Another sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden. Matinee affair as the Knicks and the 76ers meet for the first time of a back-to-back. They'll play tomorrow night in Philadelphia as well.
By the way, that sprained ankle for Jason Richardson, we're being told now he will not return to the game. Unfortunate for the Sixers as he stepped on a cameraman. And J.R. Smith, nice pull-up jumper. And Clyde, the new players, whether it's Kurt Thomas, Jason Kidd, Marcus Camby, Rasheed Wallace, they're all smart players.
Right. Kurt is not really jumping that high, but timing. JR is starting to percolate now.
To isolate Carmelo Anthony quickly. They spin. Novak, another three. Great pass from J.R. Smith. Barely touched him and he swung it weak side. Poked away by J.R. Smith. And then Holiday commits the foul that would have stopped a 2-on-1 down the other end. Good defense from Smith.
Yeah, relentless pursuit that time by the Knicks to force the turnover. Now JR is uncontested.
Wide open and hits a three. And Jason Kidd spotted him. Felt it. J.R. Smith is in early here in the third. Ronnie Brewer took a seat. Smith on the pull-up. 4 of 7 from the field is Smith. Anthony getting isolated with Young across the lane. Nice feed to Kurt Thomas. Fumbled it a bit.
Look at the Sixer D, but they leave Kidd open.
Kidd in and out and in again. Another three-pointer. Smith pulls up and knocks down the jumper with the shot clock winding down. Prigioni fakes, kicks it out. Smith will fire again and hits a three. Prigioni with his 4th assist, and J.R. Smith 14 points. Smith will try again. Puts it in. Three-pointer, J.R. Smith. And the Knicks back up by 15. Ball stolen by Kidd.
Among the career leaders, only Stockton has more.
Novak fakes. Smith struggles with it. Now fires away and hits a three. J.R. Smith from downtown. The lead is 17, largest of the afternoon. And the fans get on their feet as the Knicks will begin the 2012-2013 campaign at 2-0.
It'll be Chandler and Kwame Brown, and we are running tonight from Wells Fargo Center, the Sixers and the Knicks. A nice defensive play on the rotation by this guy, who gets his just reward with a slam at the other end, delighting the New York Knicks bench.
It's the defensive strategy of the Sixers to have Spence wait for the guys at the rim, but it's not really working well because he's not blocking the shots, and Raymond Felton has gotten 2 layups, and Melo right there has 1 layup on Spence.
Turner working over J.R. Smith, who blocks the shot. Nick Young stationed for 3. A rebound at J.R. Smith.
You want that one to go down. This place is ready to erupt. In that backcourt?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Ronnie Brewer hitting the jumper. Wow, and there in a scuffle was Royale Ivy and J.R. Smith. Pause on patrol against Smith, who has his way anyway, and J.R. Smith, a guy who could certainly heat it up. That's why he's in the lead. Young is back on Carmelo Anthony. The double by Nick Young that frees up J.R. Smith, and I'm not sure, do you want to lead J.R. Smith on a double team? The Sixers reeling off 6 straight. The Knicks in search of Carmelo Anthony, but Wilkins has him covered. Sheed another 3, and down it goes. Pause helping Wilkins with Anthony. Open, Prigioni for 3, and that's the 10th 3 for the Knicks in 23 tries. Wallace, the heave for 3, and oh no, that's going to count. Prigioni the steal, trailed by Turner and Holiday. In desperation, Smith. Oh, and a foul, and he'll preen after that one.
The only way you're going to get through this little slump, this little scoring lull, is to push through it. The Knicks and any other team in the NBA aren't going to give it to you, so you got to take it.
J.R. Smith giving it to the Sixers as he went by their bench.
Can't say it enough. Evan Turner needs to use these minutes, even Nick Young. Use these minutes to get your game going. We're going to need you guys to score, put some points on the board, especially with us being so thin. Don't lollygag through these minutes.
J.R. Smith getting his 14. Sixers 14 of their first 22 here at Wells Fargo Center. J.R. Smith, his own personal celebration right now. So the New York Knicks sweep the back-to-back home and home with the Sixers, winning yesterday on their home floor and beating the Sixers here on their home floor by a final of 110-88.
That's Jones, Collison, Carter, Kane, Grant. Carter played with the team last year. Bad pass, and J.R. Smith right there to snatch it up and throw it down. J.R. Smith, who's off to an excellent start.
I can see Prigioni look for his shot a little more. See right there, he's inside. He's got to look at the hoop.
Mike Woodson feels the same way. Smith on the drive, high, arcing shot, foul. J.R. Smith to the basket and chance for a three-point play. Smith, a two-pointer. J.R. Smith, he's mad at himself for the last one. And he brings the Knicks back within 6. Smith hoists one up. It's good! J.R. Smith from downtown. Little Rica?
Oh, yeah.
Where is that?
Towards Florida, South Georgia.
Smith with back-to-back jumpers. Crowder's going to try a three. Wow.
Oh.
Well, he is a good shooter. Not that time. Novak and Smith play catch.
Oh, it's open.
Smith falling back, knocks it down. J.R. Smith in a groove. Timeout, Dallas. And the Knicks with their largest lead of the night. Collison drives, blocked by Smith. J.R. Smith with 4 steals and a block shot tonight. Felton the drive out to J.R. Smith, puts up the three. Bang! There's the exclamation point, and the Knicks up by 12. And for the 4th straight game, the Knicks will win by double figures. It's their best start in 19 years, and the Garden crowd gives them a standing ovation.
Prigioni only get the ball inbounds quickly, European style. Trying to get it from the official looking up, because had Steve Novak looked up, he would have had a layup.
J.R. Smith come off the screen, firing a jumper. J.R. Smith, first field goal of the game. Anthony taking it into the lane, kicking it out to J.R. Smith. The 3 ball is good for Smith. He has just been on fire. Prigioni guarded by Etuan Moore. J.R. Smith inside to Wallace for the slam. Jason Kidd, J.R. Smith. Smith with a fall-away jumper. Well, he is an offensive scoring machine when he gets it going. 7 for Smith. Here is Kidd again, facilitating the offense, gives it to Smith. One-on-one out top against Glenn Davis. Smith trying to free himself from Big Baby. Felton for 3. Good again. 2 threes in the quarter for Raymond Felton.
Raymond Felton got blown up by Jameer Nelson in that series.
That's right. That was the 2010 playoffs against the Magic.
And Raymond's had a hard. Yeah, that next year he went to the Knicks and played well, but he was involved in that trade. That 4 or 5 guys went to Denver, and New York acquired Carmelo Anthony.
Felton came up short, but the ball ricochets out to J.R. Smith, and he knocks down a 3. J.R. Smith, what a spark off the bench for New York. Shoots the jump shot, got it again. Smith is shooting it with such confidence. 14 in this game. J.R. Smith scores again. Boy, everything he shoots looks like it's going to go in. Glenn Davis, who checks back in during the break. Almost lost it, falls down and turns it over. Here comes Carmelo Anthony. Anthony, J.R. Smith. Fires over Aflalo. New York has taken a 6-point lead. Felton gives to Anthony. Cross court to Kidd. J.R. Smith down the lane. Vucevic comes late, and Smith floats it in. And a timeout taken by Jacques Bond. New York Knicks will win a hard-fought 10-point victory against Jacques Bond's Orlando Magic.
Anthony, 1 shot in the first 9 minutes of the ball game.
Well, he made some great passes, though. He made the backdoor pass, and then he made the other pass across court. It's the hockey assist. You don't get credit for it, but it's his pass out of the double team that gets the jumper for Brewer in the corner.
J.R. Smith knocks down the mid-range shot. Tiago.
That's where he's got to finish that play. He's got to dunk that ball. Forget about Carmelo Anthony there. Use your size and overwhelm him at the rim.
Felton from Smith. You better track these Knicks shooters. Felton back out to Smith with 7 on the shot clock against Manu. Wow, that's all you can say. Manu stayed with every move. That fadeaway jumper with the shot clock expiring.
You can't defend against that.
Spurs try to answer. Jackson ripped away, loose. Wallace has got it. J.R. Smith attacks the glass. And 1. Fouled by Green, I believe. Spurs trying to gear it up defensively now. 10 on the shot clock. J.R. Smith wheeling in the lane and scoring. Pop wants a timeout with 8:13 to go. Knicks back within 7 after the Parker miss. On the attack again.
Oh, no,
Kidd
not
for another
enough.
3. Got it again.
I think some guy just said you stay home on Jason Kidd.
Smith, 8 on the shot clock. J.R. Smith showing he can do much more than just knock it down from deep. Manu in trouble, stolen by Kidd. Anthony, great fake, and then Felton kicks it out to J.R. Smith for 3.
Wow, that's good basketball. You just got to give him credit.
Kawhi Leonard, good for 3 with 5 seconds to go. 104-100. And that'll be the ball game as Felton dribbles it out. A season-high 25 for Raymond Felton to lead the Knicks.
Prigioni has done a good job for them. He's the oldest rookie in NBA history. He's a guy that has seen international basketball for the last 15 years. J.R. Smith finding his rhythm early. Anderson trying to fill it up way outside that time. Tyson Chandler with the inside position. Rebounding almost identical. At least early. Smith gets to the cup. He had the mismatch. He had a big guy on him, Ryan Anderson. Took it to the ground. Mismatch. They get it out of the hands. Extra pass for the shooter.
No rotation.
J.R. Smith. Basket. Up against Kidd. Showed it to Kidd. He just swiped it away from behind. Got to protect it.
Well, Jason Kidd has great hands. He's always had great hands. That's why what makes him a pretty good defender.
Novak burns him at the opposite end after the takeaway. 85-64, and you didn't see that from J.R. Smith in recent seasons. He's got Novak. Instead, it's a step back, and that's the old J.R. Smith, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what he does. He creates his space just enough, and he elevates well enough to get that shot off on anybody.
The Knicks will take their time with 7:15 left. On their way to an 8-1 start, which would equal the best in franchise history. The 69-70 Knicks and the 72-73 Knicks. And both those teams won titles for Red Holzman.
You know, when the guy goes down, these are opportunities for all these players. You know, if they want minutes, they want time, they can get out there, they can defend.
So final 11.8, don't need to put it up, and that'll do it. It'll be a 22-point win for the Knicks, as they'll go to 8-1 overall, matching the best start in franchise history for the 69-70 squad of Red Holzman and Red Holzman's squad from 72-73.
We're about to tip things off here at American Airlines Center and Dallas's 7th home game of the year. They're 4-2 on their home floor. New York is 3-1 on the road. The home team has won each of the last 5 meetings. Wallace makes the extra pass. Steve Novak trying to shoot his way out of a slump. No one has scored here in the second quarter, and no one does on that trip down the floor as Jones' shot was off the mark. Both teams are shooting 46% for the game as J.R. Smith is able to glide and get to the rim to lay it in.
There's a lot to learn for Dominique Jones, for sure.
He leaves for Carter for another 3 that would have tied the game. As you saw New York get a second chance basket a moment ago after Chandler missed the second free throw. They got it back and scored, and they score again. Smith right to the basket. 5 in a row for New York. Timeout called by Dallas at the 9-minute mark remaining in the second quarter. Smith to answer for New York, and he does. Where the point's going to come from with this lineup on the floor here for Dallas. It's shoveled out to Jay Crowder. There's 3 on the board for Crowder. Right him down.
Right there.
Nice find, too, by Elton Brand.
Yes, it was. But Crowder can score the basketball. He's shown that every opportunity.
In the lane, Smith. 87-82 Dallas, 10 minutes to go. He's feeling it. The rookie announcing his presence and return to the lineup with authority. Gets down in a stance now. Crowder against J.R. Smith, who drives and he's fouled and scores the basket.
That was, I'm not going to be a denied move by Smith. Really take it to the hole strong.
And a bad pass. Steal, J.R. Smith. Shovels it back to Jason Kidd, who leans in and hits another three-pointer. Takes the air out of the building there.
Yeah, veteran team, you know they're going to keep coming.
Dallas can go up 3. New York's out of timeouts, by the way.
So they're going to push, make or miss.
And you always have fouling in the equation here. Jones puts Dallas up by 3. Here's Felton up the floor. They're out of timeouts at half court. No! The Knicks lose for just the second time this year. Dallas hangs on. 114-111.
Once again, a matinee affair. We've seen a bunch of them fly. A lot of early afternoon games in the month of November.
Knicks can ill afford to be lethargic here early in the first half. See if they look to double team Melo now. Yeah, Monroe's coming over.
Kidd, good open look.
Get in there.
Gets it. Hit the front of the rim, back of the rim. As the Knicks now 2 of 6 from downtown. Anthony out to J.R. Smith. Off the dribble. Nails it. And the Knicks go up by 7. There's George Waha. One of the very best. Getty gets inside. Knocked away. Here comes Candy leading the break to Carmelo Anthony. Smith, right corner 3. That's good. 5th three-pointer of the half for the Knicks, who go up by 9. And Detroit will call timeout. Novak will try again. That's good. Novak trying to find a rhythm. He's still shooting 36% from downtown, which is a good number. J.R. Smith sidesteps Drummond. Wallace steps back this time and able to connect.
That's the timely hooper the Knicks have been able to come up with.
Stuckey stolen by J.R. Smith. And Stuckey hurt himself. Smith back to Chandler and the finish. J.R. Smith continues his terrific afternoon. And the Knicks go up by 17. Timeout Detroit. Novak for 3. Steve Novak with his 5th three-pointer.
A breakout afternoon for Novak.
J.R. Smith. That's good. How about Smith? 15 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. The Knicks improved to 5-0 here at Madison Square Garden. They hit 17 three-pointers, 6 players in double figures, and Mike Woodson gets the much-needed victory.
No change for the Knicks. Jason Kidd still on the shelf. He'll miss a 3rd straight game. Felton, Brewer, Chandler, Thomas, and Anthony.
Anthony continues to lead the league in scoring in the first quarter.
Anthony tracked by Ariza, one of the best defending small forwards in the league, as Smith drills the 3.
Smith has struggled the last 2 games trying to find a jumper.
Serafin's taken 9 shots already. He's missed 7 of them. Wallace on a turnaround.
You'd like to see Wallace do more posting and toasting.
Anthony had it slip through his hands, recovers, 5 to shoot, triple team for a moment. Novak open and buries the 3.
It's amazing how JR and Novak have this continuity going.
Comes Crawford with the shot clock down to 4. Final half minute. Prigioni feeding the trailing Smith. And the Knicks build on their lead. It's now at 9. Knicks lead at 7. Struggling so far shooting, and right on cue, JR drills the long 2. Renee on his step back against Copeland. J.R. Smith sidestepping the defender. Beautiful play by Smith.
Slicing and dicing them that time was J.R.
Prigioni on the corner 3 finds the bottom of the cup as he picks up where he left off Wednesday night. We move on to the 7-minute mark. Nice setup. Smith to Wallace and Rasheed perfect. Under 3 minutes to play. Smith kicks to Brewer. Another wide open look for Ronnie Brewer. Clyde, back to your point, J.R. Smith playing just an unselfish style of basketball that we haven't always seen from him. Prigioni underneath Smith keeps it alive to Wallace, who sticks this straightaway 3. Shot clock down to 12.
Prigioni has to get the teardrop in his repertoire when he's going to the basket, shoot that teardrop.
J.R. Smith builds on his point total. He's got 12 points. Shot clock down to 5. J.R. Smith, so confident. He's got 14 points. Crawford eluding Copley on the floater. Offensive rebound, shot clock resets. Nice hands by Prigioni. Bad pass, Novak takes. Prigioni lobbing to Smith for an electrifying finish.
They are rising majestically with the stop. Well, watch the pass. It's such a precision pass. All he has to do is throw it through.
Clyde, it's amazing. You watch NBA teams sometimes, and it seems like they don't call any plays. It's just one-on-none. You know, guys just trying to go one-on-one and ISO heavy.
Right, that's what I mean. I see no purpose in what they're trying to do.
J.R. Smith feeling it, little floater from the baseline. We've seen the Knicks do that for long stretches, of course, as well.
He's capitalized on his opportunity as Prigioni playing well off the bench, starting to score more now.
And Knicks, Clyde, just taking it right at this teethless Wizards defense as the Knicks put the finishing touches on the stellar month of November. And the season they are hoping will end with a good New York City party. They go 11-4.
7 on the shot clock for Kidd. Comes back to Novak. Now Smith 2-1, and he got it away and hit it.
My goodness. Well, this unit with the Knicks is all drive and kick.
Here's Smith, penetrates, puts it up, got it on Bismack Biyombo. 30-28, Knicks in the lead. Here's J.R. Smith. Turns to Ronnie Brewer. His 3 from the corner is good. Brewer has hit 16 and 17 from behind the arc. Walker takes the shot and hits. Kemba Walker feeling it tonight. He's now at 12. Bobcats up 6.
The Knicks don't have a point guard that can stay in front of Kemba Walker.
J.R. Smith, nice move to the rim. Look on the wing. Look at Kemba right back. Smith blocked it, and it's off a Bobcat out of bounds. Knicks 2 possessions down, but with the ball. Prigioni to Smith in the corner. Smith fades, fires, and finally hits.
2 minutes remaining.
Shot clock at 10 to skip the session. Anthony covers him. Ball lost. Picked up by Smith on the Bobcats turnover. Charlotte lead is 4. Kidd for 3. He's been automatic. He's got 2 for 2 tonight in three-point land for Jason Kidd. Bobcats 13 and 16 overall against New York. Prigioni, touch pass out to Smith from Novak. The 3 goes. 11th three-pointer of the game for New York. Kidd to inbound. Looking for Felton, instead finds Smith. 2 seconds, 1 second. Smith for the win. Another heartbreaker for the Bobcats.
Oh, look at that nice step back. MKG is all over the shot. That's good defense, just better offense.
Wow.
Look at his hand up. I mean, MKG is on him step for step. Right on the shooting hand. Smith just able to fade back just enough and knock it down. He is another guy that has no problem taking the last shot, make or miss. Boy, that's a tough shot.
That's a tough way to go. A walk-off 2 by J.R. Smith. Silences the crowd here, at least those who are wearing Bobcats paraphernalia. There's a lot of Knicks fans here. And J.R. Smith powers New York to a 198 win, dropping the Bobcats to their 5th straight loss.
The Bulls in the back end of a back-to-back. And New York, the day off yesterday. Knicks play without Carmelo Anthony, who did not play against Miami and will not play tonight against the Bulls. J.R. Smith, Rasheed Wallace from way downtown, and he banked it in.
He's been struggling from the three-point line, but he is in his prime. He was a very good three-point shooter.
Tony trying to work Nate Robinson. He's loose for a minute, and then a bounce to Chandler right between his legs. From outside, corner jump is good. J.R. Smith. Teague the drive, and he was wiped out with that.
Kurt Thomas comes over with the block.
And then Novak moves it along. They punch it back up top. J.R. Smith, mid-range jumper is good. J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith. Tough shot, he made it.
He's a shot maker.
J.R. Smith in the air, and he pours it in. That hardly moved the net. 83-80 with 2:37 left. In and out. Chandler tried for the rebound. Here's Nate Robinson. He ran by everybody and then had it slapped away. Gonna belong to the Bulls. J.R. Smith saved the day.
Drive home safely. Beep, beep.
93-85, shorthanded and playing on short rest. The Bulls in the Knicks 5-game winning streak. Snap it right there.
Felton and Kidd in the backcourt. Chandler, Carmelo Anthony, and Ronnie Brewer up front for the Knicks.
J.R. Smith tries again. This time, Knicks down to 2. So Kidd now, he's second all-time in assists, second all-time in steals, third all-time in three-pointers. He's fourth all-time in minutes. Because whenever he's played, he's always played big minutes early in his career. And now ninth in games played. J.R. Smith off balance, falling away.
I went as assistant in Minnesota for 2 years, and I don't know if it's going to come around. If it does, great. But I'm looking forward to the challenge we got here in New York.
Nice move inside from J.R. Smith.
Speaking of Rodman, did you see that metamorphosis coming? There was a guy who loved to train and do all of that, and then all of a sudden, he's a different person.
Yeah, he's a great rebounder, a great defender, great teammate, but he wanted to make a name for himself nationally.
Anthony against Gallinari. Back up Smith. Puts up a three. Puts it in. J.R. Smith. And the Knicks lead by 9. Largest lead of the night.
The Knicks stay undefeated at home with a gritty come-from-behind win here in the fourth quarter, and Mike Woodson is fired up.
And we are ready and set to get underway here. Felton with the opening tip for the blue and orange. J.R. Smith in transition for New York. Smith lets a quick three ball fly, and that's the way they do it for the Knicks this year. Brooks, a little heat check. Rebounded by Pablo Prigioni. Smith and Kidd, little give and go. And Kidd with his second three ball of the game. Smith raising up. The mercurial J.R. Smith going to work for New York, makes it a 13-point game. Smith with a deep jump shot.
They did not miss a beat last year with Rose out in the regular season, because C.J. Watson is a very good offensive player.
The switch out by Black. Got a hand up, but didn't bother Smith at all. Humphrey's almost a forgotten guy tonight. You know, there's some people that forget, you know, he's been famous for other reasons outside of basketball at times, but he averaged a double-double the last 2 seasons as J.R. Smith knocks down the mid-range jumper.
So if Humphreys only makes 1 of 2, he should get a half of an assist.
Well, he would have ended up with 0 there, but I'm feeling you on that argument. Smith starting to catch fire a little bit. J.R. Smith from just across the river in New Jersey has 16. They double team Carmelo. Here's Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Kidd for 3. Fouled and won a 4-point play.
But I thought that should have been an offensive foul. But that's a big-time shot by a big-time competitor.
Brooklyn with a full timeout remaining.
They don't need a 3. Go to the rim.
Johnson. Guarded by Felton. Wallace, not the guy you want. They'll get another chance. Williams for the tie. Ball game. Knicks win.
The officials, Dan Crawford, Leroy Richardson, and Leon Wood as the Knicks control the opening tip. J.R. Smith, who just checked in. JR's been going through some shooting difficulties. Shot clock down to 1. Smith just did beat the shot clock, taking the pass from Steve Novak. You know what Woodson's record is since taking over? Not counting playoffs, 34-11, which is incredible. It's Carmelo Anthony now has 22 points in this opening quarter.
The next 5 minutes before Carmelo comes back in the game is going to be very important.
J.R. Smith with the off-balance shot.
One of the things I admire about Mike Woodson, you know, the way they're playing, it's similar to the Mike D'Antoni's system that D'Antoni put in here the last couple of years. But he's mixed it in with some interesting sets, some misdirection stuff, some ISOs for Carmelo. He's just found the right blend for this offense, and the team's playing with a ton of confidence.
Don't forget defense either, Steve. I think Mike holds these guys accountable on the defensive end.
Smith passed on the shot. Here's Kidd for 3. Yes. The incredible three-point shooting of Jason Kidd continues. Once again, they swing the ball effectively. J.R. Smith. So the Knicks now with 60 points. Their high for the half this season is 64.
Most of the second half, the Lakers have controlled the tempo. They've contained the Knicks in the full court by not turning the ball over themselves. And then the question is now, can they continue to hold New York? Smith with a big basket there.
Wallace setting a high pick. Smith for 3. J.R. Smith from Steve Novak. Smith with no hesitation. Timeout Lakers. J.R. Smith from beyond the three-point line opens up a 111-99 lead. So that'll wrap it. The Knicks go to 17-5, their best start in 12 years. They won 8 of the last 9. #1 in the East now.
Get ready. You're going to see a number of masks being worn tonight by the Cavaliers. They're not embarrassed by their record. They have injuries. And Kyrie Irving last night suffered a hard fall, and he broke a bone in his jaw.
JR with creativity. Copeland again from the corner.
And again knocks it down. 3 for 3 from the field in his first NBA start. Smith jump shot. That's good. He went through that horrible stretch, as bad a shooting slumper we've seen him certainly since New York. But the last couple of games, Clyde, he's starting to find the mark again. Smith decides on the 3 and puts that one in. Knicks now 4 of 10 from downtown. And this is their largest lead of the first half.
Yeah, some timely hooping the previous game by JR. So consistency's coming back now. And a violation, again, Prigioni forcing a violation.
Other team, the opponent usually doesn't expect it after a made basket.
You would think that would be in the scouting report by now.
And off the turnover, Smith knocks down the jumper. And the Knicks have a 6-point lead. And you've celebrated when guys play unselfishly and play hard. We can't even begin to thank you for your friendship and how you've been such an example of grace and dignity for so many years here, and showing us the right way to talk about basketball. J.R. Smith.
Just as I allude to that, you see 2 consecutive shots off the dribble.
Smith against Miles, backs in, up and under. Oh, pretty play from J.R. Smith.
The back door was open for Irving, and again, he's able to get off a shot.
Misses that one. The thing about Irving, Clyde, and you brought this up earlier, he played just 11 games in college. Last year, just 5. Oh, beautiful pass, and Chandler once again with a finish. Smith sidesteps. Oh, a nice move from Smith. Right past Zeller. Novak. Oh, misses again. Oh, another miss. First Smith, now Novak. 2-point game. Irving looking, finding Varejao. Varejao across the lane. It's fouled with a second remaining. And he can tie the game at the line. Knocks down the first. Misses it. Smith the rebound, and that's it.
You can't pull it off. Can't pull it off.
The Knicks escape with a 103-102 victory.
The Knicks will not want to see the bucket shot chart tonight.
Not the opponent's shot chart, that's for sure. Smith goes right at a Sheik. Nice lefty move. J.R. Smith, quick catch and shoot. And goes forward, it goes in. That hit the front of the rim and still went in. Felton crossover, sets up Smith. That's a three. J.R. Smith off the bench, 8 points in 4 minutes, and the Knicks within one. Smith now on Lynn. Lynn drives his move. Felton took a shot after coming up with a deflection. Smith goes right and hard, up for the layup, and it goes in. Talk about offensive off the bench.
They are now the hot hand.
Again, J.R. Smith. Oh, what a start. 5 for 5, 12 points in 6 minutes, and the Knicks lead by 3.
He is excellent in this scenario right there. Hard, no problem. The 18-footer.
There are nights he makes it look easy. Like he's barely breaking a sweat. J.R. Smith, good drive. Smith has been the one Nick effectively going to the glass.
Yeah, he's the only one attacking out there.
J.R. Smith again to the basket. 16 points in 10 minutes. He's 7 of 10 from the field. First loss of the season here at the Garden for the Knicks. Second blowout loss to the Rockets. One of those nights in the NBA as Jeremy Lin returns, plays extremely well.
Nothing like New York City during the holidays as the crowd continues to file in Madison Square Garden. Third meeting in about 3 weeks between the Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets. J.R. Smith attacks, wild pass, Copeland. That's a three. The guy's been unbelievable shooting the ball in his limited minutes. Avery Johnson's 3rd year with the Nets.
Yeah, and they have their best players off the slow starts as J.R. Smith makes a mid-range jumper.
Shot clock down to 4. Smith gets away from Joe Johnson. Oh, nice move, but no help defensively.
Well, very few star players have aged as gracefully as Jason Kidd.
All the players that have played with him in this year's Knicks team, they're lining up, talking about how he's made the biggest impact, especially the poise he has at the end of close games. J.R. Smith, tough shot, gets it to go. Williams, Lopez running the floor, blocked by Smith. Terrific defensive play, although Lopez thought it was a foul. J.R. Smith goes at Blatz, kicks it out. Copeland for 3. It's good. Chris Copeland continues to contribute. Smith to the basket. And the lead is ballooned to 12, largest lead of the night. Timeout, Avery Johnson. Smith looking. Shot clock down to 4. Smith to Chandler, gets it to him in the finish. Thread the needle on the pass. And good patience from J.R. Smith. That's his 3rd assist.
And if you're a coach, you're going to overlook a crazy shot here or there if a guy's bringing superior effort.
Smith puts it in. His crazy shots have become less and less. His turnovers are down. J.R. Smith for 3. Felton whipped the pass out there, and J.R. Smith with 17 points, 6 of 10 from the field.
And Tony Allen has changed a lot of the culture there from being an offensive-minded team to a tough, nasty defensive-minded team.
J.R. Smith knocks down a shot. As the Knicks bounce back from one of their worst losses of the season with an impressive win at home. They're now 11-1 at home and an Eastern Conference best 19-6 overall as they beat Brooklyn for the 2nd straight time. Felton and Kidd in the backcourt with Chandler, Brewer, and Carmelo Anthony up front for Mike Whitson.
And we're underway. Boozer down low.
J.R. Smith comes running up, 3-pointer, puts it in, back-to-back threes.
Smith out to Felton. Felton drives and Heinrich gives him a body check. Count it and 1. Felton stayed with the play after a hard whack from Heinrich and a chance for a 3-point play.
We've seen Melo blow his cool as well as some of the other Knicks with technical. JR, even the coach. Sheed, who's not here tonight. Sheed also among the leaders.
Smith bangs it in and gets bumped by Bellinelli. J.R. Smith off the bench with a chance for a 3-point play. Robinson a crossover and the pull-up. Smith the rebound. Knicks have time. Smith drives, launches a 3, puts it in at the buzzer. J.R. Smith timed it beautifully. And that brings the Knicks within 7. Smith has been the spark offensively. And
in rhythm. J.R. Smith, 11 points in 9 minutes off the bench. Smith on the drive, gets inside and banks it in. What a first half for J.R. Smith, and the Knicks have really needed his offense.
Chandler has not attempted a shot because the Knicks have no continuity.
J.R. Smith with the left hand. That's a difficult shot against Noah, who is all over him. As Anthony drives in, back out to Smith. J.R. Smith knocks down a three-pointer. Makes it back to 20. They're just exchanging buckets. Copeland guarding Noah. Pass inside, swatted away by Anthony. Prigioni. Back out J.R. Smith. Smith for three. Puts that one in. And the crowd with a reason to cheer for the first time in a while tonight. Tom Thibodeau calls timeout. Dang is guarding Novak. As J.R. Smith knocks down the jumper. And Novak the rebound. 89-72. Chandler throws it down. And this is the closest the Knicks have been in the second half. Well, the final score was only 4. Tom Thibodeau can't be happy with the way it closed out, but it's got to be thrilled with the victory. As the Knicks suffer their second loss at home in 3 games.
Raymond Felton, Jason Kidd, Tyson Chandler, Carmelo Anthony, and Ronnie Brewer on the floor for the New York Knicks. Getting back to your point, though, as the shot clock is down to 7. J.R. Smith into the game, the dish to Tyson Chandler. Nice ball movement there by the Knicks to get Carmelo Anthony wide open for 3. By the way, the NBA's oldest player has checked into the game, Kurt Thomas, in for the Knicks. Longtime Knick back with the Knicks again, takes the shot there and knocks it down right on cue.
Man, talk about an old man game. I mean, this guy is such a professional.
Pekovic will take it at the free throw line, just off the mark.
I bet if I put up Peck stats, his shot by distance, you're not going to see much different than Tyson Chandler's, by the way. You're going to see a few more shots outside of 5 feet, but nice drive by J.R. Smith. He's hot and cold too, but boy, when he's on like he was last ball game, he can score points in bunches.
J.R. Smith, and you don't want him getting hot.
It's funny how JJ, I'm just watching how JJ kicked that ball. He kicked it with his hand out there too, and sometimes they try to fool officials that they didn't kick it. They kicked the hand and the foot out there at the same time.
Kurt Thomas, another bucket. Williams gets Chandler in the air as well as Novak, but can't finish.
Derek's offensive game can be so smooth at times and so disjointed at others.
J.R. Smith, a little miscommunication on the defense there, left the lane wide open. And he said, if you're going to give it to me, I'll go ahead and flush it. Karolinko trying to get it up to Ridnour. J.R. Smith comes away with the basketball. Chandler back to Smith. And the Knicks fans liking what they're seeing is it's down to a 3-point game. Williams trying to double that spread in one fell swoop. Instead, here comes the Knicks trying to get it to 1 or possibly tie. J.R. Smith to Tyson Chandler.
Shows you how referees can impact the game. I mean, it just...
Well, the officiating crew here on Friday night certainly had a bad night as J.R. Smith knocks down the baseline jumper. Dante Cunningham off. Shved got knocked to the ground. No whistle, and here come the Knicks. Smith for Chandler. Gets it back over to J.R. Smith. A little volleyball style as he likes to do. Knicks 1 of 5 from 3-point range in this quarter. Carmelo Anthony. They'll go ahead and take the easy 2.
You can't get on the outside of Carmelo Anthony trying to deny the basketball. You got to stay between him and the basket.
Rubio gets trapped in the corner with the basketball, and it's a turnover. Kidd for Anthony. J.R. Smith for 3.
Great ball movement. Very unselfish play in transition right there. Carmelo pitches it out to Kidd. Kidd fires it. This is where I'm saying the basketball IQ of the Knicks have gone up exponentially with Jason Kidd too.
Ball movement. J.R. Smith will take it baseline, then kick it. Carmelo for 3. And the garden erupts.
Yeah, just a matter of time.
Ridnour to inbound, guarded by Kidd. Gets it into Shved. 5 seconds to go. Shved will put it up. Up. Well, up nothing. Well short and out of bounds. And now Kidd will inbound. And Ridnour tries to catch Felton. The whistle right as time expires. Well, and upon the replay, they say the foul occurred after triple zeros. So that will officially do it.
Knicks at 20-7, second best record in the East. The Lakers at 13 and 14, currently 11th in the West, but they have won a season-high 4 in a row. And so much emphasis as Smith pulls back. J.R. Smith knocks down his first. He's been on a real fine stretch in the last 6 or 7 games. Bryant goes backdoor on Anthony. Oh, beautiful reverse from Kobe Bryant. And the Lakers have tied the game. Smith for 3, knocks it down. J.R. Smith's going to have to hoist it up and knocks down the 3. That's a difficult turnaround. And able to hit it from a couple of feet behind the three-point mark. Nash poked away from behind by Felton. Nice defensive play. Smith to the basket and lays it in. J.R. Smith showing his athleticism. J.R. Smith again. Smith 5 of 8 from the field. He has 12 points to lead the Knicks. Felton alley-oop to Chandler. Chandler has to come back down with it. Really difficult, more difficult doing the alley-oop with Dwight Howard on the floor. And J.R. Smith continues his hot hand. Anthony guarded by World Peace. Little give and go. Ball deflected out to J.R. Smith. Smith off balance. Knocks it down. 18 points for J.R. Smith. And the lead, the largest so far this afternoon.
And I think how Oklahoma City has reacted to the trade of Harden, Kevin Martin, probably 6th man of the year.
Smith brings it back out. You're very proud of your friends, Mark Jackson and Tom Thibodeau. Smith, again, 20 points for J.R. Smith. Felton now switches up on Bryant. Bryant calling for it again. Kid looking to help. Kid with another steal, throws it down to J.R. Smith. One man in pursuit, and Smith lays it in. How about Jason Kidd? With a couple of steals here in the last minute. And the Knicks back within 1. He's 6th in the NBA in steals. Nash, not that time, can be the rebound. Coming up on a minute remaining. The Lakers holding on to a 5-point lead. J.R. Smith using a Camby screen. Hits the three-pointer. J.R. Smith, a clutch shot, and it's back to 2. 25 points for Smith. J.R. Smith won't go. And the Lakers with a season-high 5-game winning streak. They defeat the Knicks 100-94.
14-13 Knicks. The Knicks average just 10.8 turnovers. That's the best in the league. Quick release by Smith, and he rattles it in.
Trust me, look, he knows Carmelo and Felton is sitting over there. He's going to play a lot of minutes, and he's going to get a lot of shots.
Jared Dudley in focus there.
Well, giving a guy a dose of his own medicine, number 16, Steve Novak, you can't leave him open.
Tyson Chandler with the ferocious dunk. He's the defensive player of the year, not the offensive player of the year, but from 3 feet and in, he's pretty good. Smith, nice move, dazzling, and then knocks it down.
There's a lot of footwork with the dribble, no doubt about it. He kind of walked Jared Dudley backwards.
Just 2 points for the Suns score. Todd on the bench, and J.R. Smith with the dunk. The give to Smith, long pass to Copeland. That's pretty good court vision by J.R. Smith to find Copeland. Smith with Dragic. 9 on the shot clock. Nice head fake. And basket by J.R. Smith. Next trying to avoid a rare 2-game losing streak. It's happened to them once this year. Kidd from 3. Oh. Nice backdoor by Kidd, huh? To J.R. Smith now.
Well, that's the dangerous part. Anytime Jason Kidd's involved in any type of 2-man game, he will find you if you make a mistake defensively.
Chandler up high with Gortat. 9 on the shot clock. This is Smith. Right on.
He got a lot of jump down there with his footwork, and he's doing it against a guy he knows he can get his shot over anytime.
Smith carving his way in and gets the roll. He was determined in that sequence.
He was determined when he showed up, and they said, you're playing a lot of minutes.
There's JR, checks the clock. Guarded by Telfair, the 2 New York, New Jersey guys.
tough shot. That's a long two with Telfair right in J.R. Smith's face.
Oh, they didn't look that.
Suns by 3. Here's J.R. Smith around Chandler. He curls and gives.
That's a tough pass, though, too. He got that between 3 guys.
Stolen by J.R. Smith. Let's see what he does here. A gentle dunk.
What did I talk about? I mean, closing time in an NBA game, it takes a lot of toughness.
Tied at 90. Another steal. Kidd. The trailer Smith. Smith fires from 3. Back tapped by Chandler. He does that so well. Smith finds Kidd for 3. Jason Kidd. What a run here by the Knicks. Knicks down 2. Novak back to Kidd. Kidd with Gortat on the mismatch. 5 on the shot clock. Smith, good defense by Tucker. Smith, tough shot, got it. J.R. Smith, huge, ties it. Wow. Tied at 97, no timeouts left for the Knicks. 1 second on the clock. They can do a catch and shoot, and it goes. Oh, he did it! J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith wins it at the buzzer. Unbelievable. And the Knicks win it 99-97.
He caught it, and he didn't have to turn much. And if any mistake P.J. Tucker made was that he saw he was running toward the corner. He should have jumped on that outside hand right away. Did not do it. And doesn't matter how good the defense is, I told you. You know, you get it to a guy with a no stressful situation, meaning if he misses it, it's overtime. So he's just going to go up and let it go with confidence, and boy, did he do it.
They have the 2nd worst record in the Western Conference, but they've been pretty solid at home. They're 8-7. They're at the building formerly known as Arco Arena, and now, as I mentioned, Sleep Train Arena. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, Clyde.
The Knicks have faced this adversity, and they play well when Melo has not played, and now trying to adjust also with Felton out.
And now a huge guy in terms of having an impact. Smith drives, a lot of contact there. Smith still nails it. Pablo Prigioni is going to get an opportunity to play more minutes. And the shot clock down to 7.
Good adjustment on the D this time by the Kings.
J.R. Smith, difficult shot. Puts it in. And it's kind of the same spot where he hit the shot in Phoenix the other night.
Yeah, he's just running and gunning now.
Copeland. First shot won't go. Long rebound out to J.R. Smith. Quick release. And Smith is now 3 for 4.
J.R. is like he's out there by himself, playing horse.
Chandler's been taking outside shots recently and hits another one. Garcia hits another 3.
And it's contagious right now. They're lethal 3-point shooting.
6 of 10 from downtown.
Smith shaking up Garcia.
And J.R. Smith, he's in a terrific zone right now. 4 of 6 from the field. J.R. Smith again. J.R. Smith 5 of 7 from the field. Smith splits and lost it. 10 turnovers. Prigioni under deflection. Prigioni will set. Back out J.R. Smith. Smith will try a 3 and puts that one in.
Good hands by Prigioni, saving a hoop that time.
Kidd hesitated and then connects. They're going to review it. And they're saying it's a 2-pointer now. And here's where you miss Raymond Felton defensively. He's been able to guard as Copeland misses. Or Thomas the rebound. Guarding quick opposing point guards.
And that will continue for the Knicks until Raymond gets back.
That's where having Iman Shumpert back will help. J.R. Smith, that's maybe the toughest shot he's taken tonight, and it goes in.
Well, we haven't seen any quit in these Knicks all year. So you know they're going to give it a run. But again, this hole is pretty deep, as we've seen in the past. They may overcome this big lead.
Cousins and Kurt Thomas start pushing and shoving each other. Smith inside, banks it in. He got whacked on the arm. And the Knicks cut it once again to 16 with 5.5 remaining here in the third. And perhaps Amari Stoudemire right now could play on Tuesday against Portland. Knicks certainly could use him with all the injuries they have right now.
Yeah, got some continuity going and the swish.
And that's the best ball movement we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
Dangerous pass. Salmon's out. Thornton short.
Good vexing Nick D that time.
Smith down the lane, foul, count it, and one. J.R. Smith the time didn't settle for the jumper, and a chance for a three-point play as the 27-point lead has been cut to 12. Smith knocks down the jumper, and the Knicks are back within 6. Smith looking, Chandler's back in. Smith crossover move, kicks it out to Kidd. Kidd puts up a three, puts it in. 1-point game as Jason Kidd nails the three-pointer. What a comeback so far for the Knicks. 93-90. Smith pulls up. That's good. J.R. Smith with a season-high 28.
And look at the shot selection. Just cruising and bruising right now is J.R.
J.R. Smith looking. Copeland catches, nice fake. Pull-up jumper for Copeland is good. 23 points for Copeland. And the Knicks back up by 4.
Salmon's the Matador D that time.
Kidd looking. Lobs it to Chandler. Stolen by Cousins. Here comes Thomas. Thomas back to Cousins. Into Thomas. Puts it up. Banker won't go. Cousins tips it out. 7 seconds remaining. Thomas on the drive. Leans it out. Right corner to Salmons. Salmons up top. Johnson puts it up. Oh, he puts it in at the buzzer. At the buzzer. And breaks the Knicks' hearts here in Sacramento. Kings win it 106-105. What a finish!
As the Knicks come in with an overall record of 21-9, second best record in the East. Portland is 15-14. That's currently in the 9th spot in the West. Matthews also a good three-point shooter. That one doesn't go. Hickson keeps it alive. Aldridge tracks it down but throws it right to Kidd.
That's always ill-advised.
Smith to Brewer. Beautiful teamwork there, and Smith waited for the right time. Just tuning in, Amari Stoudemire will play tonight, coming off the bench. Lillard misses, and Anthony the rebound. J.R. Smith on the drive. Bank shot. There was absolutely no mark on that shot. How that went in, I don't know. Stoudemire against Aldridge, single coverage. Prigioni leans in and pokes it away. Smith thought about a three, now puts it up. That's good, J.R. Smith. He's 2 for 2 off the bench. Get to Anthony, thought about a three. Smith drives, throws it up to Chandler. Beautiful pass from J.R. Smith. The Knicks once again playing catch-up. Thank you, Jill. As J.R. Smith nails a three-pointer. Knicks on a 7-0 run. You know, they had signed Hibbert from Indiana to an offer sheet, which Indiana matched as J.R. Smith knocks it down. Yet Hickson is the guy that has really been producing for them. Matthews to Batum. That's Batum's favorite spot. Not that time. Chandler with 6th rebound. J.R. Smith against the rookie Lillard. Tough fall-away shot, and it goes. Soft touch from Smith. And the Knicks have come back from 19 down and cut it to 3. Lillard well beyond the arc. He has unlimited range. Just talking to Jeffries before the game. As Smith puts it up, puts it in, a three-pointer. Anthony tipped it back. And in the play, Matthews got hit in the face. Smith, that's a three. J.R. Smith with 20. And the Knicks back within 4. Anthony lost the Knicks all of a sudden very sloppy. Batum ahead. J.R. Smith, good hustle to save it. And that's the kind of plays J.R. Smith has been making this year. Makes his move inside to Stoudemire. J.R. Smith with the steal and then the pretty assist. Smith has had another excellent scoring game. Goes right at Aldridge this time and backs it in. What a pretty play from J.R. Smith. Babbitt, he launches one up. That's good, a three-pointer, and that puts the Knicks in a 15-point hole. And you can hear the oohs from the crowd. And it has gone extremely quiet here at the Garden. Anthony left open. 96-83. Babbitt left open. Hit the rebound. J.R. Smith throws up a three. That's good. 80, 96, 87. It's down to 9 again. Minute and a half remaining. Knicks still have life. Anthony pulls up. Won't go. Smith the rebound and puts it in. What an athletic play. And it's a 4-point game. And the Knicks
come back for the second straight game will fall short. And a disappointing loss here tonight at the Garden. In a game the Knicks never led. The Spurs have the best road winning percentage in the NBA. They're 13-6 on the road. Parker again, so clever, using the screen set up, puts up the shot, and puts it in again. He's 3 for 4.
When you talk about the best guards in the league, this man's name never comes up first, or second, or third, in the top 5, man. But he's got to be there now, though.
J.R. Smith nails it. Couldn't agree more, Clyde. Here comes Neal. Smith in pursuit. Goes up. Blocked by Smith. Great recovery from J.R. Smith. Anthony, one dribble. Bank shot in and out. Chandler, the rebound. Smith sets for 3. Puts it in. 8 of 13 from downtown. The Knicks are. 3-point game. Opening minutes here in the third. J.R. Smith using Chandler. And hits a 2-pointer. Knicks got 7. Ginobili, the floater. And it can be yet again. That's been the key to the defense, is the Knicks' defensive rebounding. They're finishing off the defensive possession by grabbing that rebound.
With the offense falling off now.
Smith foul, count it, and 1. It looked like Ginobili grabbed him on his way to the basket. And it's going to wind up a chance for a 3-point play. Leonard, ball fake, 3-pointer. And Stoudemire the rebound. Smith, shake and bake. Nice pass to Prigioni. Oh, what a sweet connection between Prigioni and Smith, and the Knicks go up by 8.
60-52.
Ginobili gets free, drives. All the way, can't go. Smith, good tough rebound. Smith, a little sloppy with the ball. Drives, finds Stoudemire, lays it in. And the first double-digit lead of the night. Shot clock down to 6. J.R. Smith pulls up. Shot's good. 12 for Smith. Knicks up 9. Chandler to Smith. That's the 22nd assist of the night.
And a splendid one from Chandler. Finding J.R. uncontested.
J.R. Smith pulls up. Jump shot is good.
He's in a nice zone now. Stopping and popping 15 feet away.
J.R. Smith again. And J.R. Smith throws it down on a quick alley-oop from Pablo Prigioni.
And the master blaster is everyone up now. That was so quick you barely saw it.
That was the shortest alley-oop pass you'd ever want to see.
They are still paying homage to JR for his antics.
Novak for 3. Again! Knicks pouring it on, much to the delight of the sellout crowd. And the Spurs' 7-game winning streak comes to a halt as the Knicks defensively with one of their better efforts since the beginning of the season. And they win going away here in the fourth quarter. An impressive 100-83 victory.
front line for Mike Woodson and this New York club, which is 9-7 on the road. Well, they've been struggling a little bit of late. Only 4-5 in their last 9 games. J.R. Smith checked in a moment ago. He handles the basketball and shoots over 7-footer Nick Vucevic. That's what he does best. J.R. Smith got away from running. Jaquan Jones challenging the great defender. McRoberts had a shot at it, but it's picked up by Smith. J.R. Smith against Jaquan Jones. Fancy move and a foul. Count the basket for J.R. Smith. Jason Kidd, quick hands, knocked it away from Nelson. Jameer wanted a foul. Smith makes it a 5-point New York lead. 12 points off turnover already for New York. And here's another opportunity. Smith off to the races. 10 for J.R. Smith. He had 6 about 20 seconds ago.
Not a lot of mystery to this game. He's come down, and first guy that catches it over midcourt who's got the least bit of a line green light fires the 3. Not that time, though, by J.R. Smith.
Anthony one-on-one against McRoberts. Smith, now Prigioni, back to J.R. Smith. Into the lane goes Smith. Bounce pass to Stoudemire for the dunk. The follow is now on Anthony. Vucevic picks him up on the switch. J.R. Smith. Long 2. 14 for Smith. The 3-point lead again. Kidd back on the floor. J.R. Smith isolated against the follow. Good defense by a follow. Smith still scores.
Magic defended the first part of the play, the pick and roll action.
Here comes Carmelo Anthony to the front court.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes.
I don't think anybody's touched the ball the last 2 or 3 trips except number 7 for New York. He dribbles the shot clock down to 7. Now they swing at the Kidd for the 3 out of the corner. That's what happens when you double team it. And New York will make it 23 wins, 10 losses. They've come from 8 down in the 4th quarter to win by 8. And the Magic dropped their 8th straight game.
There's a buzz now every night. It's not just because of the Celtics. Knick fans are starting to believe this can be a special year. How far? Certainly don't know. But that this team is really doing some great things. J.R. Smith connects a 3-pointer. But he, as well as he's been playing the last several games, he hasn't been hitting his 3s. 6 of his last 29. He's been doing it in other ways. Sullinger can't connect. Chandler with rebound. That's what Doc Rivers said. Talent-wise, he likes the team, but they just haven't developed that grit and spirit yet that you normally see from the Celtics. Nice pass. Smith for Chandler. J.R. Smith with a beautiful setup. And the Knicks have scored 7 straight. Green, bad pass. Stolen by Anthony. Lee in pursuit. Prigioni cross court. Smith up top to Novak. Way downtown. That's good. 2 feet beyond the 3-point mark as the trailer. Chandler and Garnett, 2 guys that, as Pierce can't connect. Prigioni able to get it. 2 guys that guard the pick and roll and play help defense as well as anybody in the league. Smith drives, some contact, and still gets the shot off.
They are a mess of improvising.
The runner comes up short. Chandler altered that shot. Anthony.
Good transition D by the Celtics.
J.R. Smith wide open for 3. Anthony spotted him as the trailer. That's the 2nd time the Knicks have hit a 3 with the trailer. Kidd whips it out to Brewer. Brewer for 3. That won't go. Rebound. Bradley can't get it. Kidd gets it. Bradley back out to Smith for 3. That's good. Offensive rebounds turning into 3-pointers.
Bradley mistimed his jump. Kidd there and J.R. the beneficiary.
Pass inside, kick it out. Bronny Brewer wide open. Brewer hits the 3. J.R. Smith with a nice assist. J.R. Smith hits the shot. I was just going to say, not a great shot. The Knicks are getting involved in a lot of isolation ball. Smith with the steal. Pierce reaching in. Pierce whacked the nail. Kidd wide open. That's a 3. It's good. Tie game.
Looked like Pierce was trying to foul. They didn't call it.
J.R. Smith catch and shoot. Puts it in. 3-pointer J.R. Smith. Garnett to help. Smith drives, gets inside, scoop layup. Oh, what a difficult shot from J.R. Smith. The Boston Celtics come into the Garden playing without the NBA assist leader Rajon Rondo and defeat the Knicks. A tough loss tonight here at the Garden.
New York Knicks facing the Indiana Pacers, two of the best in the East. The Knicks at 23-11, only a half game behind Miami. Indiana 21-14 in the number 3 spot, winners of 8 of their last 10 games.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett can get under your skin and obviously hit the right buttons, as Carmelo said. He also said they had a phone conversation later that evening or the next day, and they said, well, they resolved things, whatever that might mean, as Camby hits his 3rd bucket of his first quarter. Pablo Prigioni, the 28-year-old rookie. Oh! J.R. Smith. Whoa.
You're talking about rise and fly right here. I thought he was going to dunk this with his left hand, and then he goes up with the right. Mahimi just a little bit late with the rotation over.
Carmelo felt that Garnett crossed the line, but he admitted he lost his cool, and he says it's all over now. And he was watching on TV back at the hotel. Here's Tyson Chandler.
The late great Drazen Petrovic, the New Jersey Net, because it was half English and half Croatian that was coming out, and every third word you somewhat understood. And probably the reason why I got so upset was I probably admired him because he was, to me, the best shooter I had ever seen.
I can tell you the name of a guy who you would never believe wanted to be an NBA official before he ended up being a pretty good coach, and he's a Hall of Famer. And went to official school as Smith was able to knock it down. Don Nelson.
No way.
After his playing career
Absolutely
ended.
not.
So the Knicks with their lowest first quarter of the season, just 14 points, and they'll have their lowest first half of the season. And the Knicks hit their first 3 of the night. Jason Kidd able to put it in. Crossover by J.R. Smith. It counts, and the foul. Well, East versus West returning to TNT with the NBA All-Star 2013 live.
It's the best pickup game you'll ever see with the greatest players.
Nice pass. Chandler scores, and he's fouled. Beautiful lead pass thrown by J.R. Smith. Pablo Prigioni has returned. He'll play the point, but it's Smith on the drive. So J.R. Smith able to connect on the reverse. Smith barreling his way. It counts, on the foul.
It's about 3 times that he's got in there and made some ridiculously crazy shot for and ones.
Mike, of course, a product of Indianapolis, grew up here, first-round draft pick of the Knicks out of Indiana University back in 1980, spent 11 years in the NBA. He said he has many friends and family in attendance tonight as Novak knocks down a 3. Shot clock to 5. Smith, yes. J.R. Smith has not hit an outside shot in some time, and he is now 7 of 19 for 18 points and showing some signs as he tied the game. George defending on Smith, looking for the pick from Chandler, and now shoots it. Yes. J.R. Smith has given the Knicks their first lead since back in the first quarter when they had a 12-11 advantage. Just under 3 left in this fourth quarter. Good job again by George. Chandler tried to set the pick. Smith. J.R. Smith. Not pretty in terms of the setup, Reggie, but he was able to drill it. Smith for 3. J.R. Smith with 25 points. Kidd from downtown.
6 quick points here for the New York Knicks.
The Indiana Pacers have come away with an 81-76 victory over the New York Knicks.
The NBA has played 16 regular season games overseas. First time the Knicks are taking part in a regular season game outside North America in their history tonight.
Like Woodson was going to talk it over.
Knicks changed their mind. Here's Stoudemire. Wide open jumper, and that ends the 6-0 Pistons run. And Stuckey comes around the screen, got himself in trouble, and is steal by Smith. Third Pistons turnover. Smith goes right to the cup. And the Knicks have scored 4 straight points. Drummond, the rookie born in Mount Vernon.
He looks omnipotent when he goes to the basket.
This is J.R. Smith straight away. Long 2.
Good screen by Amari to free him up.
Novak able to set his feet, kept alive by Chandler. Smith on a 3. J.R. Smith, first 3 of the night. Smith freed by the pick. And J.R. Smith getting hot. Setting up Singler for the 3. Rebound Smith. This can go 2 for 1 here. Smith hitting over Singler.
That's the shot selection we were talking about with JR. JR in this match. What's he going to do with Monroe?
And we throw it away. Shot clock down to 5. Smith dancing on the perimeter and sticks it over the top of Monroe.
Elusive, abusive that time was JR.
Novak left open. And just like that, the Knicks extend to a 17-point lead.
Yeah, dishing and swishing now. Previously Chandler underneath with the stuff.
J.R. Smith dances again on the perimeter. Novak got another 3.
And the discount.
So the Knicks crossing the Atlantic, capping off a very exciting week here in London as they score the 15-point win over the Pistons.
Knicks start off against second in the East, first in the Atlantic. Knicks fourth, or the Nets fourth in the East, second in the Atlantic. Watson shotgun go. Novak the rebound. Prigioni bounce pass, nice feed. Brewer out to J.R. Smith, hits a 3. Good look from Ronnie Brewer. Though he's had a steal and an assist. Kid the double team, deflects the pass, and it goes to Smith. Smith sidesteps, layup is good.
Slicing and dicing was JR.
Johnson. Look at him battling inside Evans and Stoudemire. J.R. Smith the rebound. Knicks have been out rebounded by 15. J.R. Smith line drive. Back to 3.
Yeah, dancing and prancing that time. Looked like JR might be in rhythm now along the baseline.
Smith, back-to-back jumpers from J.R. Smith, and it's a 1-point game.
So now JR is starting to percolate.
Smith to Stoudemire. Stoudemire backs it in. Brooks has 4 to shoot. Dribbling off his foot, picked up by Shumpert. Shumpert gets a little fancy. Shuffles it to Novak. Novak cross court. J.R. Smith puts up a 3. Bang! Johnson. That's a 3. They are shooting lights out from 3-point range.
Normally that's the Knicks' forte downtown. But right now is Brooklyn.
Nets on the season are 21st. J.R. Smith to the basket.
Hello, Silas. JR, erratic.
Smith to Kidd. Single coverage. Bogans has him. Double back out to Kidd. Extra pass Smith. Smith pulls up. Puts it in. Knicks within 2. 3-point game. Will they foul right away? Here comes Smith. Smith looking.
They're not going to foul much.
Smith fakes. Smith puts up the shot. Almost banks it in, but it won't go. And the Knicks lose to Brooklyn. As the Nets even the season series at 2-2.
New York, it's been well documented, a team that is the oldest team in the NBA. Of course, the second night of a back-to-back, their energy always one of the questions that's going to come up. And we are underway, Atlanta with possession. J.R. Smith got off to a great start earlier this season.
Well, at the end of November, he was at 47% from the three-point line. He knocks one down.
And a streaky shooter on cue. Prigioni doesn't hesitate and has his second 3.
Well, that's just too easy. Simple curl, no help on the weak side.
You know, you're going to see these guys All-Star Weekend. They'll be at you. J.R. Smith with the jumper.
I'm all right. I feel good about it.
Okay, I'm just asking.
They're all in the conversation. That should be good enough.
Smith on the baseline with a tough shot. Smith going to work on Stevenson. J.R. Smith searched for it and found it. Julia blocked by Stoudemire.
I got to think we're going to see Al Horford here. He went out with 4 fouls early. J.R. Smith knocks down another wide open shot.
Two-man game with Smith. Stoudemire. Well, the Hawks got the deflection they wanted, but not the result. Tied at 96. Smith for 3. Got it. Here's Teague against Felton. Mismatch against Chandler. Smith with 3 seconds for the win. Knicks hold on.
Felton up top. J.R. Smith, quick catch and shoot. Smith misfires. Chandler, the offensive rebound. He leads the NBA now.
Yeah, 4 per game, but right there you want him to go look at the basket.
J.R. Smith will try again. This time able to connect.
Instant offense.
Smith sees an opening. Careless with the ball. He gets it out. Good ball movement. Smith hits a 3.
Always dramatic, always acrobatic. JR.
Oh, steal. Yep. Anthony. Unselfish play to J.R. Smith, and you love to see that. Jumper way short from Batmute.
Again, a vacillating pace.
J.R. Smith all the time in the world. Nailed it. Well, Smith with his third three-pointer. He's 3 for 6 from downtown. Felton looking for an opening. Shot clock down to 5. J.R. Smith from way downtown. Smith now 4 of 7 from three-point range, and the Knicks back within 3. J.R. Smith looking.
There he is.
Smith for 3. Bang! Knicks by 1.
Now they're dishing and swishing.
With the Bucks with only 13 points here in the fourth quarter and just 33 in the second half as the Knicks win their 3rd straight here on this 5-game homestand.
And so it's New York with the first chance. Look out. J.R. Smith from Raymond Felton. Only the 2nd New York basket. And that shot was discombobulated. Missed by a foot. Stoudemire. Well, he's come in and given this team a real lift.
Well, Lamar Stoudemire's been a many-time All-Star in the league, and even though he doesn't start, still one of the more gifted offensive players in the league.
There's J.R. Smith, and they do have the lead.
J.R., again, another guy that comes off the bench along with Stoudemire that consistently makes the Knicks better.
Thompson. And a half hook, no good. Prigioni gets it ahead to Carmelo Anthony. There's Smith teeing up a 3.
Well, very unselfish play by Carmelo Anthony. The dribble penetration finding Smith in the corner.
He's had a real problem getting into their offense the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, they really need to go ahead and throw the ball ahead to John against Steve Novak, another great deep shooter. All these Knicks, they come in looking to shoot the 3. It's a major part of their offense.
Here's Novak.
Cousins and Tyreek, really the only 2 Kings that's had any level of productivity.
Now the
T-Rob starting to do some nice things.
J.R. Smith fade away from the baseline. So athletic is J.R. Smith. He's in double figures with 10, and New York leads by 24. And Evans missed it. Tyreek Evans now 3 of 9, and 4 of those have been what for him are high percentage shots. There's J.R. Smith. It's like a shooting gallery out here with the 3-point shooting. I mean, they just line up on the perimeter. It doesn't matter where they are on the arc. They just fire away, and they have made 12 threes for 44%. Shumpert. Oh, nice job by Evans to knock it away, and there's a terrible pass by DeMarcus Cousins. Three-pointer. Timeout. Turnover.
How about that? Instead of a 2, they shoot a 3. And they'll get another opportunity. And they'll get maybe one more opportunity. Yep, J.R. Smith. You know, at some point, you just got to call it the way it is. This is embarrassing for Sacramento. Amari Stoudemire and the dunk for Amari. And he has 17 points in 17 minutes. Kings right now looking at the largest deficit they've had this year. And it grows with J.R. Smith, 92-49. Here is Tyreek Evans, and it is Chandler with the rebound. Smith, 25 for J.R. Smith.
And boy, the three-pointers just keep raining down.
Yeah, that is 16 threes for the Knickerbockers. Well, the Knicks fans appreciate the performance tonight as they run away from Sacramento. 120-81.
Same 5 for the Knicks Mike Woodson's been using with Shumpert at the small forward, Kidd and Felton in the backcourt with Chandler and Carmelo Anthony.
You look at Stoudemire's numbers. He has had some homestand. Stoudemire tips it, keeps it alive. Chandler comes up with it. J.R. Smith will try a 3 and puts it in. Amari Stoudemire is one responsible for giving the Knicks another possession. And the lead is 14. Prigioni, the extra pass. Smith is open, and J.R. Smith hits another 3. And as the shot clock expires, Knight knocks down the 3. Knight's a pretty good three-point shooter, 37%.
I think he's too enthralled with the 3-ball, though, Mike, especially when he's the point guard.
That's why they think Calderon, one of the reasons they would think about re-signing Calderon, is J.R. Smith hits another 3.
At halftime, they had let the kids come out and play basketball while the teams were in the locker room, and J.R. Smith came out a little bit early and got involved in the game, trying to defend a little bit. Got discouraged, and then later on, he was calling for the ball, and they wouldn't give it to him. Well, they know they're probably not going to get it back. Smith having a lot of fun with the kids, but they just wanted to play their game. They were oblivious. Smith knocks down the three-pointer, and Smith with his 4th of the game. Stoudemire comes up with a steal. Prigioni, nice bounce pass to Smith, throws it back for Stoudemire. Good unselfish play from J.R. Smith for his 4th assist. Smith open. That's good, and that's an important basket. That pretty much squelches the momentum. Smith with the steal after the Felton turnover. Smith alley-oop to Stoudemire. Stoudemire banks it in. So the Knicks will have a perfect homestand. 5-0. Their 5th straight win as Bynum puts it in. And 4 of the 5 victories on this homestand by double figures. They also go 3-0 against the Pistons, and for the 4th time this season win wire to wire. And are now 16 games over 500.
The Wolves hoping to salvage one more game on this long 6-game homestand, their longest homestand of the season. Just one win to show for it thus far, and we are underway here at Target Center. Opening tip controlled by the New York Knickerbockers. That shot well off, but second chance try, knock it down for J.R. Smith.
How about that? Hit the backboard on the first one, hit the nothing but net on the second one.
Inside for Stoudemire over Greg Steemsma and one.
That's what I'm saying.
Thomas baseline, finding the fountain of youth here tonight. Smith taking it in on Alexei Shved and off the glass.
You see him change speeds right there as he put the ball on the floor going to his left.
Smith dribble in for Chandler. Well, no worse for wear as he's got the offense going on that play.
It's the left arm. It's no big deal.
Rittenauer, baseline, rattles out. Kidd with the basketball.
And now Luke just hit his knee on someone else's knee. Out there limping.
That is not good news as Smith takes advantage with the jumper. First double-digit lead of the night for either team. Kidd works it around. and knocked down. And by the way, that is career assist number 12,000. Smith gets the screen. Little spin move, and J.R. Smith taking it right inside.
He's too big and strong for Luke to deal with.
Correa takes it inside. Loose ball, tapped around. Felton comes out of there with it. Smith puts it up for Tyson Chandler.
What in the world? J.J. Bray and Luke Rittenauer are completely miscommunicating. J.J. was going to Jason Kidd. I'm not sure. You just can't have those kind of breakdowns.
Rittenauer inside. Has it knocked away. J.R. Smith. Dante Cunningham commits the foul, and it's an and one. Derek Williams over Carmelo Anthony. Kidd with the rebound, and that'll do it. The Timberwolves finished their 6-game homestand with just one win to show for it. They fall to 500 at 12-12 on the season here at Target Center.
Anderson last night played 13 minutes, 4 of 7, 2 of 3 from three-point range, had 10 points off of the bench against the Denver Nuggets. Went through a stretch where he really struggled shooting the basketball.
Well, I thought last night he really showed what a pro is all about. And here's a guy that has struggled, made big plays coming in late in the fourth quarter.
J.R. Smith. Dragoni sends it back to Smith. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And J.R. Smith knocks it down. J.R. Smith swings it to Felton. Chandler sets a screen. Felton. Smith cut off by DeRozan. Smith, nice job in the paint. A little bit of bragging rights tonight, at least for Rudy Gay with his UConn Huskies taking on the Syracuse Orange. Do you have a final in that, Leo?
No, I haven't heard anything.
J.R. Smith, 55-52. In the corner, J.R. Smith. Anderson, in and out. 2-possession game. Smith, Chandler. Andrea Bargnani, no resistance. Raptors lead 75-69. That changes with a 3 there.
Nice pass.
Possession game, Leo.
Nice pass from Carmelo Anthony.
Here's J.R. Smith. Bang. Watch out. 19.1 seconds left. Raptors are going to take this one 92-85. J.R. Smith, no. Carmelo cranks it up. His shot doesn't fall. Felton, 4 seconds. Here's J.R. Smith. He makes it 1.7 left. And Toronto's going to take this game, and the Raptors have won 4 consecutive 92-88.
No changes in the starting lineup that have been intimated, but it will remain Felton, Kidd, Chandler, Anthony, and Shumpert for Mike Whitson. DeRozan 1-on-3, not a good decision there. And Felton, shot out of a cannon, runs it up. J.R. Smith's first shot, that's good. And the Knicks have tied it. And Zamir Johnson flips it up and in. Mike Woodson upset with Amari Stoudemire. Stoudemire doesn't particularly look like he cares for it. That he was in the wrong position defensively. Smith spinning. Smith layup is good. Well, the Knicks could use him to snap out of a stretch where he has really struggled shooting the basketball. He's not the only one. J.R. Smith flips it up and in. J.R. Smith off the bench, 3 for 4. You know, every time I watch Allen Anderson play, he seems to have a terrific game, and you wonder, he's another guy. Wasn't drafted. It's only his 4th year, but hasn't really had a chance to play huge minutes, but he's a good player at both ends.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, you know, you have a lot of guys like that, but he's getting a chance here to show what he can do, especially against the Knicks.
J.R. Smith with a perfect pass to Amari Stoudemire. Knicks down by 5, 6.5 to play in the third. J.R. Smith to Chandler, and 1. J.R. Smith, who has had certainly his struggles recently, has done a good job tonight, driving to the basket and also finding his open man. That's going to be his 3rd assist. J.R. Smith hits a 3-pointer, and the Knicks certainly needed that one. Prigioni will try a 3. That's good. Pablo Prigioni, who actually has the highest 3-point percentage of any rookie in the NBA, hasn't taken a lot. Lucas to the basket.
That's what we're talking about not supposed to happen. Smallest man in the league that time going to the hole. Nobody touched it.
Now inside pass once again, Smith and Stoudemire. Shot clock down to 5. Rudy Gay back in the game. Smith does a good job on him. 1 to shoot. Gay puts it up. Off the mark. Gay complaining for a call. Excellent defense that time from J.R. Smith. He puts up a 3 and puts it in. And the Knicks have tied the game. Lucas won't go. Still plenty of time remaining, over 6 minutes. Smith, nice layup. Looked like he was going to pass it to Stoudemire. The defense backed up, and J.R. Smith makes another big play. The Knicks have regained the lead. J.R. Smith pulls back, puts it up, puts it in, tie game. Felton to inbound, gets it to J.R. Smith. Smith way off. Anthony banks it in, 3.5 remaining. It's a 2-point game. Gay is free and then throws it in. That's it. The Knicks lose their 4th in a row.
4th and final regular season meeting between these two teams. Knicks had a very disheartening performance in the last meeting in Philly. As we touched on earlier, January 26th, a game that they really didn't compete. Lost it 97-80. Lost it inside into the hands of Chandler.
Good fixing D by Amari. Amari still in the backcourt.
Novak had right in his chest. Didn't matter. This is Smith, long 2. Got it. Bergioni probably got away with a travel. Left his feet, landed before he passed. Smith with 6 to shoot. Taking Holiday. Fading away baseline. It's a 15-point Knick lead. Here's Smith on a tough turnaround. It's a 3. And the Knick lead at 14 points. Well, there have been few games where Anthony and Stoudemire have both scored 20. Certainly this season. 45 points between them. Stoudemire clears his 5th rebound.
6 is 0 for 7 now from downtown.
Stoudemire again. And the Knick lead at 16 points. Ray Felton walking to the table will check in. Great sign for the Knicks. Smith on a 3. Sticks it. Jeremy Pargo, 26 years of age.
Is he related to the other Pargos that have played in the league?
Yes, he is. That's J.R. Smith. On a huge 3. Smith now with 14 points. Here's Holiday. Blocked by Chandler. And that will do it. The Knicks' 4-game losing streak is over. They do it behind 29 from Anthony, 22 from Stoudemire.
Welcome to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm, and the first meeting of the season between Golden State and the New York Knicks. A look down 33rd Street. From Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Staten Island, Manhattan, all points in between, Knicks fans excited about their team's prospects coming down the stretch.
Talk to the players and to a man, they say, Mark makes it such that we don't want to disappoint him as players. And this is a very tightly knit team in just year 2 under Mark Jackson. J.R. Smith, meanwhile, knocks down the mid-range jump shot. Jarrett Jack turns it over. Boy, an inordinate amount of turnovers tonight by the Warriors. Smith. Boy, Tyson Chandler really has mastered that tap back move, hasn't he? He's already got 12 rebounds. Boy, that meter's running pretty quick. Smith for 3.
Second chance opportunities, all created by the board work of the New York Knicks.
Amari Stoudemire getting set to check into the ball game for the Knicks. Shumpert with some of that on-ball defense. Smith on the move. Novak, who checked into the ball game. A long 2 off the mark. Smith. J.R. Smith with his 3rd 3-ball of the night.
You don't speed Stephen Curry up. He's going to go at his pace.
Nice runner by J.R. Smith. See what Thompson does with this mismatch on Stoudemire. Settles for the long 3. Mazzilli kept it alive. Landry followed. And Melo comes up with it. Smith for 3. And J.R. Smith has it working tonight, folks. Jack working against Stoudemire.
crossed him up. And Smith with the rebound for New York. Felton wide open. And the 6th three-pointer of the night for New York. There's Jack with the wide open three. Do you mind that shot?
No, because he's been so good all year.
J.R. Smith gets it back. Why not? Lead is up to 6. Chandler rolling to the bucket, rejected up top by Draymond Green. Smith for 3. It's a J.R. Smith type of night. 21 points in all. Felton off the ball screen. Melo guarded by Thompson. They double team him. Turns baseline. And Chandler with another tip out. Smith for 3. J.R. Smith is 6 of 10 from downtown tonight. Back to Melo. They rotated around. Smith. Good defense by Thompson, but a better shot by J.R. Smith. 18 seconds to go, down 4. They got the ball, Golden State does. Thompson for 3. 9 seconds to go. Another 3. And that's going to do it. The New York Knicks will hold on and spoil Mark Jackson's homecoming to New York City.
Cavs and the New York Knicks. This is a team that has struggled in this building for whatever reason. They have lost 10 straight games in the queue. Cavaliers hoping that continues tonight, but you have to slow down Carmelo Anthony. And we're playing basketball at Quicken Loans Arena. Livingston against Kidd.
Back him down.
Novak gets the rebound. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. It's been a good one for the Cavaliers. J.R. Smith out to Novak. He hits the 3 and he's fouled. Chance for a 4-point play for Steve Novak. JR played for Byron Scott. To the basket, lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice little move by Smith. He's a hard guard to handle.
CJ Miles feeling it, couldn't hit that one. Kyrie and Spates back in the game combined. They are 11 of 12 from the field for 25 points. That's J.R. Smith. CJ inside, good size advantage here against Kidd, but Jason, nice hand, knocked that ball away. Knicks on the move.
Turnovers are getting them back in the ball game.
Chandler against Spates. Mo starting tonight. Tyler Zeller out because of illness. Same thing with Dion Waiters. J.R. Smith. Cavs are still at 71%. They were at 82%. Just give it to Mo Spates. That'll take care of the problem. He's now 8 of 8 from the field.
But he started it all. Get the 15-foot jump shot going. Had the defense focus on Spade and then run your offense.
J.R. Smith to Tyson Chandler, and he fights it in. Alonzo G, shot clock at 6 when he put that up. And Tyson Chandler with the rebound.
Offense has no flow. You cannot beat this team if you're going to sit back and let them have those type of possessions.
Smith to Stoudemire, and the Knicks moving the ball very nicely. J.R. Smith puts up the 15-footer and he hits it on the Knicks, coming out hot. And the Cavaliers want to call a timeout. J.R. Smith with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Boy, J.R. Smith is playing some basketball. Shot clock under 5. Smith, plenty of room for that jump shot. Boy, J.R. Smith having a pretty nice night, AC. He has 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Sean Livingston trying to go to Luke Walton. Knicks get the basketball. Novak for 3.
Oh, boy.
He'll hit that shot all day long.
Oh, boy, you don't want to get him going. That's Machine Gun Kelly all the way there.
It's a 1-point game. Novak for another 3, and he hits that one.
Oh, boy.
Smith to Kidd for 3. Oh. Jason Kidd. Oh, man. Kyrie gets the basketball. Put it up, blocked. Knicks get the ball. Foul by Alonzo G. He is fouled out of the game with under a second to play. Earlier this season, Cavaliers had a 26-point lead that they gave up against the Phoenix Suns. Tonight, it's a 22-point lead they give up against the New York Knicks.
Well, these type of games, just like it did to the Knicks, they scar you, but not only physically, but mentally.
Up by 22, and the Cavaliers drop it to the New York Knicks.
The Pistons
0-3 against the Knicks. They've lost by an average of 17 points per game. Pistons without Greg Monroe and Charlie V. The Knicks without Carmelo. Stoudemire inside for the hook, and he hits it. Jumper top side to Chandler. J.R. Smith against Rodney Stuckey. They go right inside for a Stoudemire score. He has 8. J.R. Smith with the feed. Stoudemire outside for the jumper on cue over Slava for the score. He has 10. New York with good ball movement to Precione. Drives, dishes. Kid ends up with it and triples. J.R. Smith with an unselfish pass.
Right. They'll make that extra pass, George. Part of the game plan. We talked about it.
J.R. Smith down the lane, runs up the hook and hits it. 3-on-2 break for Kyle Singler. Missed it. Shumpert the other way to J.R. Smith. And he rattles it home.
That hurt.
That's a 4-point swing.
Absolutely.
J.R. Smith to the baseline. J.R. Smith now with 8. Brandon for 3, and it's through! Wow! Don't look now, but the Pistons have that 10-point lead again. 65-55.
Brandon Knight is backing up his words with action now, George. Spoke out after the frustration in San Antonio, now delivering here against the Knicks.
J.R. Smith tripled for the Knicks.
Look at that, George.
But he picks the pocket of Brandon Knight from behind.
He never quit hounding and going after that basketball, Raymond Felton. That was effort.
Stoudemire for the score. And the Knicks have now scored 13 straight. Precione to J.R. Smith for the catch and shoot. You called it, feet together. And that's a triple. It's now 16 straight for the Knicks. We are tied at 73. Just over 6 to go in the game. Stoudemire lost it. The Knicks get it back. And Smith knocks it down.
So dangerous. Man.
Felton against Will Bynum. From Stoudemire, the dish to Smith. And he sticks it from behind the long line. That's a killer. It's 82-73, and New York will win it. They win by 10, but they don't see a Piston team that ever wilted.
Here in New York City, light snow is falling. More to come overnight. It's been a 33-degree windy day in Manhattan, but it's the usual packed house set in the 19,000 at Madison Square Garden. The NBA on TNT is being presented by State Farm. It's Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and the Oklahoma City Thunder facing the New York Knicks in Game 1 of our Thursday night doubleheader.
Serge is not one of those type of players.
Yeah, clean pass history in terms of incidents.
Correct.
Incidentally, the flagrant 1 foul was upgraded to flagrant 2. That counts as a foul. Tyson Chandler.
And what we talked about, no Carmelo tonight. Amari struggling, only 1 of 5. That is J.R. Smith's first basket.
Here's Durant for 3. Thought he was fouled. Does not get the call, but knocks down a 3. That's his second from downtown. Smith, yes. So J.R. right back. Well, the Thunder very capable of putting together a run. They had 16 straight points in one stretch in the first quarter. Here's Smith with a deep 3. Wow. And he's feeling it now. J.R. Swish with his 3rd field goal. Cephalosha defending on Smith, who gets inside. Beautiful move by J.R. Smith. Cephalosha for 3. Felton with the rebound.
And with the players on the floor for the Thunder, you'll live with that if you're Mike Woodson in the Knicks.
Smith, nice fake, goes to the fade, and gets the roll. J.R. Smith with 13 points. Westbrook gets into the paint, and pass on the save, taken by Novak. Knicks on the run, led by Smith. The alley-oop, and Kenyon Martin with his 2nd field goal. Oh, Smith go behind the back
no.
and knocks it down.
And then don't look at him like that, JR. You don't need to look at him like that.
15 points for J.R. Smith, all in this second quarter. The Thunder up by 4. Unfortunately, I read you very well. I can tell by the look. Ball being thrown all over the place. Here's Smith for 3. Yes! Oh, what a half for J.R. Smith. 16 minutes, 7 of 14, 18 points. J.R. Smith with the hot hand and a solid first half. 7 of 14, 18 points. Shot selection pretty good for J.R. Fires immediately.
And I agree with you. Enough is enough. Bernard King needs to be in the Hall, Marv.
I thought he was among the top 3-4 players in the league.
Yeah.
And went down with the knee and came back 2 years later with Washington. Smith with the quick release.
Oh, man.
Cephalosha not able to get set as JR was able to get it on. The Knicks are down by 1, hanging in despite the absence of the injured Carmelo Anthony. Here's Smith. Yes! A three-pointer for J.R. Smith, who has been on fire. He now has 25 points. That's his third three-pointer.
I apologize, Charles.
No, you don't.
You would beat Rush Limbaugh, maybe by a step.
Where does Rush Limbaugh figure into this? As Smith hits a 3. Final seconds of the third. Smith fires and hits with 1.4 to go in the third. Smith played by Jackson. Collison coming over to help and gets back on Chandler. Here's Smith going wide and drills it. 33 for J.R. Smith. Durant uses the screen and lost the ball. Kidd is on it. Being chased. Cut off by Martin. Pops it out. Shumpert lays it in. Beautifully done. With Kidd giving it up, although he had a step or two. Kidd off the fake finds Smith wide open. Yes. Another 3 for J.R. Smith. That's his 6th from downtown. He now has 36 points. Kidd will put it in play. Just under 8 seconds to go. Smith guarded by Westbrook. Down to 3. Down to 2. Smith for the win. The Oklahoma City Thunder holding on for a 95-94 victory.
It's the final game for the Knicks before they hit the road tomorrow. They'll play the first game of that just deadly 5-game trip Monday night in Oakland against the Warriors. 6 weeks from today, flight falls on the opening weekend of the NBA postseason. Just to give the fans some perspective, nice dish by Smith finding Martin for the two-handed flush. And the Knicks have completely taken this game over. Smith the kick to Kidd. Smith almost by accident tips it in. Different times, but Clyde leading his Southern Illinois team here in the final of that 67 NIT, beat Marquette 71-56. And legend was born for Walt Clyde Frazier. As J.R. Smith hits a little runner.
Actually, when I came to the Knicks in the 67, the college game was bigger than the pro game.
Nice pass and set up J.R. Smith to Kenyon Martin. A different world play back in those days.
Yep.
Smith the step on Burks. Two-handed flush to give the Knicks a 4-point lead. Bergioni works the two-man game. His pass nearly intercepted by Williams. Shot clock down to 3. Felton wide open. And the Knicks with a 10-point lead.
Dishing and swishing now are the Knicks. We mentioned they've got to do it collectively.
It's Hayward too strong. Martin, first ever top overall NBA pick to sign a 10-day contract as Smith hits the 3. This is Enes Kanter. Face-up shot. It was a similar hangover that the Knicks felt in late October when the Stoudemire news came down. But as we all know, the Knicks were one of the surprise teams in the NBA early. Took the lead by storm, jumped out to an 18-5 start. least in the short term, the hope now is that Carmelo Anthony can return as soon as possible. Smith with a nice little spinning finish. He's got 13 points. Prigioni to Smith. Talking to people around the team that maybe now Chris Copeland has marked the steal to the rim, as played by Cantor to get back. Smith open, and the Knicks extend their lead to 24 points. Carmelo Anthony becomes your #1 post option at this point, as Smith again connects from the outside. 22 points. Nice hustle by Prigioni, saving it to Smith. Shot clock reset. Smith inside, freestyling to the two-handed dunk. Smiles on the faces of the Knicks as they go to 38-22, a lopsided win over Utah. Jazz now in a tie with the Lakers for the final playoff spot in the West.
Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. A sellout crowd expected, an emotional crowd already showing their emotions as the New York Knicks and Denver Nuggets square off in Carmelo Anthony's return to Denver. His first game back in the Mile High City since the trade back in February of 2011. Shumpert backs a three. Gallinari way outside. And Felton comes away with it.
Gallinari been awful aggressive here against his former mates. 5 field goal attempts already.
Jason Kidd knocks down the three. Kidd in the last 3 games has missed, is 0 for 9 from downtown. He's gone through some roller coaster rides.
George Karl continue to win 50-plus games every year here in Denver.
J.R. Smith had to shoot it with the shot clock winding down as Kenyon Martin, another former Nugget, in for the first time.
He's a stat stuffer, and I mentioned he can do things that no one else in the league can do, positively and negatively, because he'll do things that if my 6th grader did, I'd tell him to sit down on the bench.
J.R. Smith knocks that one down.
This team is that good at home, that good at turning made shots, missed shots, turnovers into easy baskets as Shumpert knocks down his second 3 of the night.
Iguodala, pass deflected.
Got to lay that ball in. He's at the rim. His athleticism. I like the unselfishness, but you got to knock that in yourself. Is again, Shumpert, great sign here for the Knicks. Shumpert looking like the player that we saw last year. If I'm Mike Woodson, if I don't have Chandler and I don't have Carmelo, so let's find out something. How are we going to play? What kind of lineups are we going to use here? Get guys incorporated and playing with each other, because you're going to have lineups that you haven't had out on the floor all season long.
They play tomorrow night in Portland, and as you say, very good chance. And Shumpert having his best offensive game of the season. Shumpert 8 of 10 from the field. He's got a season-high 20 points.
And when Carmelo Anthony is out of the lineup, from what I've seen watching the Knicks, it seems as if J.R. Smith just looks as an opportunity to get as many shots up as he can. And now he had the big 36-point game against Oklahoma City. And he's very capable of having huge nights. He's capable of doing that. Is that a good shot? Probably not.
As Chandler drives in and finishes. Wilson Chandler exploding to the rim. He's 6 of 7 from the field. What a weapon he is coming off the bench.
Well, that's like a big trade at the trade deadline, getting this guy healthy.
Well, Mike Woodson, obviously, Smith hits that shot. Corey Brewer won't go. McGee battling. And the final minute here in the 3rd quarter. Thomas drills a jumper. Brewer the runner. One-hander, or off 1 foot. And Brewer's another guy. He's capable of getting 20 on any given night, and he's so committed defensively.
Well, you think about a perfect style of basketball. I mean, this is it. And he really struggled in Minnesota.
And a second straight poor showing by the Knicks. It's been a disastrous start for them here on this West Coast trip.
And a good crowd here in Portland watching their 29-34 Portland Trailblazers. They're 3.5 games out of the playoff picture in the West and back of the 8th-seeded Los Angeles Lakers, who are now without Kobe Bryant. And the boos coming for Raymond Felton, who played here a season ago, out of shape and admittedly had a horrible year. And Eric Maynard comes in, a veteran out of VCU, the former Oklahoma City Thunder player. He's in the backcourt with Lillard. And the drive by J.R. Smith with a nice feed to the high-flying Kenyon Martin. Hard to believe that Kenyon was out of work, but he was for half the season coming into this year. Prigioni has come in. Here comes J.R. Smith right into Batum. Nice move by J.R. Smith. Over 16 points a game off the bench for New York. Wes Matthews to Hickson over Martin. Picked up by Smith. You mentioned this as we started the game, Chris, about the extra shots, and Smith takes it up and comes down hard. Oh, wow, what a play. And he throws a sledgehammer.
He was not going to wait for the pick and roll on that play. He said, I'm just going to take it myself. Forget this trapping thing.
Woo. Good screen by the Knicks down low. Martin now trying to set another screen. He does. And here comes J.R. Smith, 4 on the shot clock, and he nails it right there as Matthews came out to close. Approaching 2 to play with the Blazers on top by 13. After trailing the Knicks by 13 back in the first half. 26-point turnaround. Smith glides beautifully for 2. Pretty play, 15 for him. Kidd with the 3, the closeout by Aldridge. Prigioni gets the loose ball. Out to J.R. Smith, an open triple for J.R. Smith. And the Knicks now making a bit of a run with 18 coming from number 8. Knicks are 38-24 coming in, 16-14 on the road. J.R. Smith with a sweet stroke in the corner. Matthews a 3. Well, the Knicks were cold in that third quarter. Now Portland has started the same way. Good save by Canby. Here comes Kidd, the trailing Smith, and he's caught some fire. 9.5 to play in the fourth. Works his way into Maynard with a twirl and a drive and a 2 inside and a timeout. A timeout taken by the Portland Trail Blazers. Oh, another pickoff, another steal, and Prigioni is the guy to do it. Smith with a 3. Kaboom! Oh, he's a flamethrower. Smith puts it down. He's got 26. The Knicks back to within 4. Smith carving his way for 2 inside. Now tonight, Lillard, Craig Sager with 26 points and 10 assists and only 1 turnover.
Well, this is the 8th straight game he's scored at least 20 points. That's the first time a rookie from Portland's done that since Calvin Nat 33 years ago. We talk about how young this team is, 5 rookies, and Lillard also debuting his new shoe tonight called the Crazy Quick. It was designed after extensive research into more than 2,000 different basketball moves. He says it gives him better traction, able to lock down and make quick steps, and he obviously didn't mind changing during the middle of a hot streak, and it's not hurting him at all.
I was going to say, who's going to raise their hand first to get that score? Batum did the old veteran trick and made sure the scoreboard called his name. But as a young team, how do you learn to win or to lose except to be in those positions? As Smith knocks another one down.
Nice win for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Welcome to our NBA Sunday Showcase from downtown Los Angeles at a sold-out Staples Center. It's the LA Clippers and the New York Knicks.
Smith finally gets one to go. He was 0 for 5 in that first period. Smith trying to draw a foul, gets past and throws it down. No help defense there from the Clippers, and the game is tied. Shot clock at 4. J.R. Smith gets a good look.
And a great screen set by Kurt Thomas.
Jason Kidd will try and hits the three-pointer. That's Kidd's first three-point attempt. It was 7 at half. Knicks actually cut it to 3 early in the third, but Clippers on a terrific run. J.R. Smith gets knocked down and a foul. A 4-point play opportunity for J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith. And now he can dribble it out. Good balance by the Clippers. And a good defensive effort against the short-handed Knicks team as the Clippers now will improve to 46-21 overall and 26-8 at home.
The New York Knicks finishing a 5-game road trip. 0-4 so far in this trip. Wrapping things up here in Salt Lake City against the Utah Jazz. Here's J.R. Smith. Shot clock down at 3. Good kick out. And Felton nails a triple. And the Knicks lead it by 5.
Don't get me wrong, I like Mo Williams. I think Mo Williams would be a terrific guy coming off your bench. Instant offense type guy like a J.R. Smith.
Shot clock winding down as Smith banks it in.
As Jefferson gets blocked by Kurt Thomas, this guy can still defend with the best in the league.
J.R. Smith from Felton.
8 in the quarter, 10 for the game for J.R. Smith. The Knicks on an 8-0 run. J.R. Smith, nice drive. He's starting to get going now. He's got 12 points, 10 here in the third. Knicks by 4, inside a minute remaining. Oh, how about that screen by Thomas on Burks? And then Smith hits a 3. But again, that was started by Thomas with the screen.
They're showing up.
Calling him now, calling out your shot, and J.R. Smith says, all right, JB. 19. Short-handed, New York finishes its road trip with a win after losing its first 4 on the road by an average of 20 points per game. The Knicks beat the Jazz by the final score 90-83.
So Martin and Harris are jumping center. Small ball at its best to start this one here at the Garden. We've seen it a lot throughout the NBA. Martin has more on him. He's not known for his post-up play. Good ball movement again. This time J.R. Smith. Good look straight on. That's a three-pointer. Knicks 3 of 5 from downtown. Lead by 12. Like what you said, if you're the front office and coaching staff of Orlando, you know what you have. You know that you don't have the talent to compete, but you want to see them at least compete and battle. That shot won't go from O'Quinn. And just play hard and see what type of players these young guys are. Yep. J.R. Smith, nice drive, count it, and 1. And that's what Smith did in the second half in Utah. Took the ball to the basket, and now with a chance for a three-point play. Nicholson posting up Smith.
Somebody need to help.
Shot short. Won't go. Another rebound. O'Quinn stolen by Kidd.
Quinn has to finish there.
Good extra pass. Novak lines it up and hits a 3. Good swinging of the ball from J.R. Smith. Smith again goes to the basket and able to finish for his third field goal. You know, I was talking to David Steele, who's the Orlando Magic play-by-play man for so many years, does such a great job as J.R. Smith knocks down the 3.
Mismatch inside with Nelson.
Smith against his former teammate. Boy, J.R. Smith again, second straight game. Good things happening when he takes it to the basket. Smith goes at Harris. Running layup, backs it in, and the Knicks have their largest lead of the night. Timeout Orlando.
This tantalizing penetration now by J.R.
As J.R. Smith jump shot is good. A very efficient game for J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith nails another two-pointer. 8 of 11 from the field. Dana Woodard has been unstoppable going to the basket. There's White, drives inside and lays it in. That's just Orlando completely. And Doc Moore wants to nip that in the bud right now. That's an inexcusable play. Look at Quinn running the floor. Oh, by Smith. J.R. Smith comes out of nowhere and rejects the big man from Orlando.
And that's impressive because look at the score, look at the time in the game. J.R. undaunted by that. Did not want to give up a basket, hustles back.
And the Knicks can now dribble it out, and this is a good business-like win. And against a short-handed team, Knicks obviously short-handed as well, but they win wire to wire. Get off to an excellent start. Stumbled a bit in the second quarter, but overall a good all-around effort. 53% from the field. It's their 5th wire-to-wire victory. And Clyde, the news of Ray, who was such a great player at Mount Vernon, then went to the University of Minnesota, first-round draft pick of the Knicks.
Yeah, I know, Mike. I remember him vividly. Physical specimen coming out of Minnesota, and actually that got me out of New York because when they drafted Ray Williams and Sugar Ray Richardson, they thought that would be the future backcourt of the Knicks, and I was traded to Cleveland. So
a very sad day for the Knicks family. Mike Woodson was talking about it before the game as well. Woodson had recently gone to see him. Shumpert hits a three-pointer.
Heels hounding Melo. Good help by Lowry.
Kidd, a little fake up top. Smith, good ball movement. Felton banks it from the left side. That was not intentional as he kind of threw his hands up, but he'll certainly take it. The Knicks are up by 10.
JR
It's inside. Oh, difficult shot from J.R. Smith and a foul. Once again, aggressively going to the basket. Kidd will try again and hits again. Jason Kidd from downtown. The Knicks now 7 of 13 from long distance.
Previous to the right side for Jason, this time to the left.
Felton finds J.R. Smith. Shot clock at 5. Smith, the step back from the corner. J.R. Smith now at 9 points.
Doubling Melo now.
Smith for 3. J.R. Smith. And a good groove last couple of shots. Knicks back up by 9. Raptors scored 37 points in the first half. Then they had 34 in the third quarter. J.R. Smith, nice floater. And the Knicks have clinched a playoff berth for the 3rd straight season. They win their 3rd in a row and beat the Raptors for the first time this year.
The Raptors overall this season, 26 and 43. This is a 70th game of the season for Toronto, and the New York Knicks 41 and 26. They were 3rd in the Eastern Conference, a game and a half in front of the Brooklyn Nets. Kidd with Felton, Novak. Here's Smith and Copeland. Smith guarded by Fields, and the 3. Hand in the face, and the 3, just like that. Fields. There's Amir, and Amir on the offensive glass and a putback.
And Jason Kidd and Raymond Felton both tried to box out Amir Johnson. Didn't work.
Smith working with Copeland, blown coverage, and Copeland lays it up and in. 25-21. I was talking to Sebastian Telfair, who won 3 New York City public school titles on this floor when he went to Lincoln High School in Brooklyn, New York, and said, how about your big nights here? He goes, 33, 35, something. Don't remember exactly, but J.R. Smith drills it, 37-32. Felton to J.R. Smith, who's got a quick trigger. Smith, a little head fake, slips through. Great job by J.R. Smith, who is showing his full repertoire, not just shooting from downtown, but getting inside. J.R. Smith connects. You have DeMar and the way that he has played this year. You know, work it through him here. He's had some huge fourth quarters this season for the Raptors. Terrence Ross got switched up there.
Yeah, if you don't have Melo with the group that they have, this team's not going to win without Melo. I mean, Melo's critical.
Melo's back, and they're going to end up winning 4 straight. Jonas Valanciunas, those are the growing pains that Dwayne Casey has talked about. And everybody wants to see Jonas, understandably so.
The key is, management and the coaching staff being on the same page. If they understand that's the process, that's the process. Yep. Simple as that.
5 minutes to go here in the 4th. Copeland asking for it in the corner. 4-3. J.R. Smith. Bucket.
Good guy to have.
How about that night for him off the bench?
Especially late in the clock. Good guy to have the ball in his hands. 23 points.
J.R. Smith dribbling it. 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And he walks in and lays it up and in. And that is not appropriate.
Welcome to Boston for the first game of our TNT doubleheader. The New York Knicks have won 4 consecutive games, while the Boston Celtics are back home, having lost 4 in a row. Eastern Conference playoff seeding implications are on the line tonight. New York is a half game out of second, and Boston 2 games in front of Milwaukee.
To me, the 2 things would be this, as we see J.R. Smith finish with that left hand.
Of course, Kenyon Martin, Raymond Felton played together in Denver. Jason Kidd played with Kenyon Martin with the Nets when they went to back-to-back NBA Finals. Here's J.R. Smith backing out, now driving, and finishes.
Brooklyn trying to chase these Knicks. We see the steal by Carmelo. Here's a fast break opportunity.
Carmelo blocked by Green, scooped up by Smith, and a putback.
Great play by Green, not giving up on it. He blocks the shot, but nobody else ran with him. I think if you talk to most people here, they'd say, well, we thought we were going to get a lot more from Terry. But remember, his job is make big shots. And we see J.R. Smith by himself out jumping 3 white jerseys for that second shot opportunity.
J.R. Smith. Smith driving, And count it. And a foul. Here's Prigioni. Picked up by Terry. 8 on the clock. Using the Copeland screen on a switch. Bass there. Smith, plenty of time for him on the clock. 3 seconds, and he drills it. It's a 2.
He is such a terrific scorer. And to me, the biggest part of his game that's improved this year is the maturity and the understanding of what shot he can get.
Prigioni driving on Terry. Anthony offensive rebound. Novak quickly. J.R. Smith. Picked up by Williams. Behind the back. J.R. Smith. The follow.
J.R. Smith learning a lot from practicing with Carmelo every day in practice. If at first you don't succeed, just out jump him, put it back in on the second attempt.
J.R. Smith has 21 points. He has scored 20 or more in 5 of the last 7 games. Smith, Martin comes up to set the screen. 5 of the clock, down to 4 on the clock. 3 on the clock, driving, now fading. Oh, tough shot over Bass as he got a little bit of separation. 23 now for J.R. Smith.
And it's interesting, Greg Popovich's comments about the streak that they had last year. 20 consecutive that went into the playoffs, just about how much it took out of the team, and didn't mind losing a game along the way, or thought, what, maybe it's good to lose one. 2 seconds remaining in the third. J.R. Smith from downtown. J.R. Smith, 11 of 20, 28 points. Smith, 30-point effort. Now to J.R. Smith.
There are 2 rookies on their team, Prigioni and Copeland. How old they are? 36 and 29. Those are the 2 rookies.
J.R. Smith at the end of the clock, and Smith has been lights out. 32 points. It's over. The New York Knicks behind 32 points by J.R. Smith. Win it 185.
Grizzlies have been off since Monday night. They were beaten in Washington, D.C. John Wall rung them up for 47 points. Rarely seen as Grizzlies defense allow that kind of an individual scoring performance. Prince on a turnaround, Allen trying to stuff it back, couldn't. And a rebound corralled by Smith. Knicks have hit 5 of their first 8. Memphis 4 for 9 so far. Smith attacking. Into the corner for Shumpert. Gets another 3. Here comes Smith. Lobbing to Martin for the hard finish. Shot clock at 9 seconds. Anthony trying to tip it out. They find Smith in the wing. Smith against Prince, those long arms to the rim, man. That is the J.R. Smith mindset that we talked about at the top. Smith attacking again, misses the floater, tips it up and in with a left hand.
Yeah, tenacity, dexterity by J.R. Bradley, the senator, so you'll have his respect.
Boy, the Knicks with a near perfect offensive start. J.R. Smith with 11 off the bench. Marcus Camby has come in for the Knicks. Pablo Prigioni left early with what appeared to be a left wrist injury back in, and the Knicks get right back to work. J.R. Smith, 14 points. Smith with 3 to shoot, setting up his own shot on that deadly crossover dribble. After that 0-4 start to the trip, Tyson Chandler still hasn't played since Denver. It really says a lot about the inner makings of this Knick team. Obviously, the impact that Kenyon Martin has had. Prigioni has moved to the starting 5. Smith with another 3. Or the Knicks having an out-of-body experience at this point. 9 threes with still 6 and change left in the half.
And this is very noteworthy. Melo on the bench. Martin on the bench. Felton on the bench.
The Knicks are toying with the Memphis Grizzlies right now. A 24-point lead with 6:01 left before halftime. Felton driving, setting up Smith. No one home from Memphis defensively.
Matadors and picadors on the D tonight for the Grizzlies.
Felton a steal. Up to Smith. Contact. Banks it in. And J.R. Smith to the free throw line.
Oh, they got Bayless. They missed the nuts on it.
Smith blocking Allen's shot. Here's J.R. Smith extending and hitting the floater. So J.R. Smith back-to-back 30-point games. Knicks with their most impressive win in weeks in terms of the strength of opponent.
So Prigioni does his insertion in the game. JR off the bench. K-March doing his thing now, replacing Chandler.
And they're playing a Bobcats team, an NBA worst, 17-54. Walker will try again. Time misses. Biombo the rebound. Back up and throws it down.
With composure, getting his composure, gathering himself. You can see the power of this young man. Good dunk that time.
Young man from the Republic of Congo. J.R. Smith. His first shot, his hot hand continues. He has been sensational shooting the ball. Henderson coming off a big game the other night in the victory against Orlando. He had 34. Strick Shumpert with his second steal. The Knicks have done an excellent job forcing turnovers. Smith tied up and under. Not settling for the fallback shot, instead getting a layup. Anthony pass and cut. Smith against Henderson. Drives inside, running shot, he banks it again. Again, attacking the rim. I asked you to share the Snickers, but I gave up dessert for Lent, so I got to wait till Sunday. If you want to bring some back on Sunday, I'll be more than happy to help you.
And I've seen that, folks. This Mike turned down chocolate. I could not believe it. In Utah, he was very tempted, but showed willpower.
J.R. Smith showing willpower in terms of his shot selection. Smith to Kidd. Kidd lines it up and hits a three. Knicks now 6 of 7 from downtown. That won 3 titles. Got Gerald. 2 with Boston, 1 with Detroit. And spent a little time in New York. In fact, this Gerald was born in Caldwell, New Jersey. J.R. Smith to the rim, and a foul. The incredible run for Smith continues. 13 points on 5 of 7 from the field.
And watch him catapulting to the hoop with the stuff. Undaunted by McRoberts. Hacking and whacking. J.R. finishes. Oh.
Inside pass, J.R. Smith. Gilchrist thought he got fouled. Instead, it's going to be Bobcat ball. J.R. Smith lobs it up to Martin. Gets out to Novak. Even when the Knicks make a bad play, they still, something good can happen out of it.
And the crowd, ooh and ah, so they're right into it.
Smith up and in, took his time. And the Knicks have more than doubled up the Bobcats. Fargo on the pull.
A lot of shaking, but no baking.
J.R. Smith has 16 points in 14 minutes. Nearly falls down.
Has what he wants now.
They're going to post up.
Yeah, Lilliputian on him now.
And easily gets it. J.R. Smith has been unstoppable. Shumpert. Smith steps back, hits a three. J.R. Smith, 21 points. And we still have 5.5 to play here in the second. J.R. Smith, Clyde, in the last 3.5 games, he's hit 40 of his last 68 shots from the field. That one high off the glass. It's unbelievable, the stretch.
Well, you can hear the sneakers squealing by the Bobcats now, playing some defense finally.
J.R. Smith drives, puts his head down, layup, banks it in. Once again, not settling and attacking the rim. You know what, but I will say this for LeBron James, and Shaquille O'Neal went through the same thing, because he's one that, I mean, he gets whacked a lot and never says anything, or rarely does, to the guy who does. He just gets up, takes his free throws, and plays.
Except that move on Boozer.
Right, exactly. That was so rare for him. J.R. Smith now with 32. Smith, the first Knick ever to have 3 consecutive 30-point games off the bench. Smith shot, gets it to go. J.R. Smith with 36. And that will do it. Knicks with a season-high 7-game winning streak and are now 19 games over 500. And we're set to go for the 4th installment this season of Boston, New York. Smith pulls up, puts it in. Copeland will try a 3. Chris Copeland from downtown. Knicks 6 of 10. And that's been the difference in the game so far. J.R. Smith spins, goes to Courtney Lee. Back
second and a foul. Once again, taking his time. And a chance for a three-point play.
You should move it. They move it. They have a shot right here with Novocaine.
It drives and finishes. Continues to attack the goal game after game. Crawford. And Novak boxing out. Novak is the center, really. And Copeland out there.
Now he's soaring.
Novak for three. Bang! And the Knicks go up by 10.
Yeah, he was open before.
Courtney Lee will try. That three-pointer misses. J.R. Smith.
Both teams languishing now after superb offensive shows.
Anthony that time gets it to go. He's getting feeling he's getting hit. Felton. Shot clock again down. Every possession has been winding down for the Knicks. Felton gets a good open look and nails the three. 13th three-pointer for the Knicks. They're back up by 16. Where do you, Clyde, that brings up a question after this shot clock winds down. We'll get to it. Smith drives and finishes. When you got older, where did you see the start of the decline first? Where's the first area? And the Knicks will go 20 games over 500 for the first time in 13 years. And are 46-26 with 10 to play. And end this mammoth month of March with a 12-6 record, and they beat the Celtics for the third time this season and win the season series for the first time in 9 years.
Miami, Florida, the home of everlasting sunshine, white sand, pink flamingos, and the defending world champion, Miami Heat. American Airlines Arena, where the Miami Heat are 58-15. Only 3 losses at home all year. Miami #1 in the East. They have clinched the East, while the New York Knicks are just a half game behind Indiana for second overall in the Eastern Conference. And J.R. Smith comes in and beats the clock with a well-aimed three, rim resistant, and the Knicks take the lead back 16-13. Cole with a strip gets it back, triggers the mid-range jumper, and J.R. Smith for the rebound. Smith with Anthony, Martin Novak, and Kidd in the far corner, goes right to the rack and lays it in. And J.R. Smith, who in the last 5 games, Greg, has averaged just under 29 games, shooting 55%. Smith turns the corner into the lane, fires a lob pass up top. And skyscraping was Kenyon Martin for the two-hand jam. Great look by J.R. Ball deflected away, looked like Felton had a hand on it. Picked up by Smith ahead to Felton, has a step on Bosch, goes right at his body, reversed it, missed it. And Smith alertly follows to lay it in. Smith with 4 to shoot. Allen makes it a tough deal, but Smith knocks it down on a fall-away beauty. Chandler sprinting all over the court to set screens. This one's for Smith. He needles a three-pointer. And Smith may have delivered the blow that puts Miami away at 99-88 with 1:47 remaining. So the Knicks win this one 102-90 in Miami to win the season series 3 games to 1.
The Hawks at 42-33 facing the New York Knicks. They've won 9 straight and tied for the second spot in the Eastern Conference. A game ahead of the Pacers in the loss column. Smith through the lane, gives it up to Shumpert. One of the reasons why J.R. Smith is playing so much better. Better decision making. That was a good pass. Good look by Anthony to Kidd. Now the shot clock at 3. Smith with 1. And got it away and hit it. That is the definition of a circus shot. J.R. Smith, and a perimeter shot by Smith. That's a 2.
Syracuse, that zone has been really, really good. Indiana has, Michigan has played really well with, of course, their perimeter shooting. And boy, Wichita State, who knows, huh? So there's a lot of good teams here, and then the best one might be Louisville.
J.R. Smith with 5. Smith on Tolliver. And J.R. Smith beats the buzzer. J.R. Smith ties it at 68. Smith, beautiful spin and score on Sheldon Mack.
He just looked over at Mack and said, you got no chance.
4.5 remaining. Knicks by 8. Felton drive. Here's Smith for 3. J.R. Smith. Largest lead of the night for New York at 11. Mello over 2 guys in and out. And Felton with the offensive rebound.
And again, Melo wisely, he could have taken a shot, but passed it out with a healthy lead.
That's 4 or 5 offensive boards for the Knicks. Good cross-court look there.
J.R. Smith soars for the jam.
Are we in New York? Are you kidding? You hear that roar?
Here's Felton. Smith with the shot clock at 5. He's got the hot hand. Leans in. And beautiful shot by Smith. My goodness. 19 for J.R. Smith. The lead is 14 as the Knicks try to make it 10 consecutive wins. 40 minutes, 40 points. We're hoping to talk with Melo here courtside in a moment as the Knicks run their win streak to 10 in a row. 95-82, they beat Atlanta.
Again, Kenyon Martin not playing. Tyson Chandler remains as the starting center. Still going to play despite still some stiffness in that neck. Shumpert, Anthony, Prigioni, and Felton remain the other starters for Mike Woodson. Jennings and Ellis, the explosive backcourt. Larry Sanders, second in the league in shot blocking. Larry Lucas has devoted his post-career to education. Kid fakes back up to Felton.
I don't think he ever slept, Mike. His mind kept him up all night.
Not the same way you didn't sleep. J.R. Smith the rebound. Back up and in. Tough move from J.R. Smith.
And you know, all of these people went on to really great fame in other fields as well. Coaches, general managers, terrific broadcaster here. The leading scorer in the league was the only one who hit over 40%, 40.1. That was Bob Ferrick of Washington.
And your first year was 1954, broadcasting the Knicks, correct?
I started with the Knicks in 54 and the Capitals back in 46.
J.R. Smith foul. Puts it in as well.
They're almost back to that, Bob. That's what we say about that team, Bob. We had dinner last night with all the guys. Family came up, love came up. Just the camaraderie with that team.
We just saw Knicks legend Earl Monroe. I saw him earlier today. Clyde, like you, he joined Twitter, and he's very active on it, but he wants me to get him more followers, so I'm petitioning for him tonight. He actually told me to retweet him. He knew the lingo.
Yeah, he's into the computers.
Unbelievable she's getting you guys to get on Twitter. Well, Jerry Lucas was saying, even though, you know, you've seen various guys at different times, as J.R. Smith makes it a one-point game, it's the first time in 40 years that the whole gang was back together, obviously, with the exception of Dave DeBusschere.
Well, hey, we missed it, Dave, very much, but, seeing these guys make you really feel like you're real champions.
You know, Knicks trying to take the lead. Anthony puts it in. Carmelo Anthony with 15 points on 6 of 6 shooting here in the third quarter, and the Knicks back up by 1. I think you guys inspired them at halftime.
Well, I have been in New York for a long time.
J.R. Smith from way downtown, and the Knicks go up by 4.
Well, a lot of time Clyde alludes that, he gives me the credit for it, but here's a guy, it's his team, he has to give up something as well, and he never talks about what he has to give up. So when you have two people trying to do one thing and work together, it's like one mind.
Remember, DeBusschere was a player coach at a young age with the Pistons. He also played professional baseball as a pitcher, so an extraordinary athlete, and we often equate him. DeBusschere's coming to the Knicks as the final piece to the puzzle.
J.J. Redick's shot was not correct.
Redick was hot the second half, but only Jennings now with the knack for the Bucks.
Smith, in and out and in again. Knicks absolutely on fire here in the third. By the way, those 42 points, most they've had in a third period this season. They had a 45-point earlier in another quarter. Chandler throws it down. Nice feed from J.R. Smith. There's Chandler, which is second field goal. J.R. Smith with the steal. Smith, wild shot. Goaltend by Smith. And Brandon Jennings with a foul. J.R. Smith puts on the finishing touches on this one. Knicks with 11 three-pointers in the second half. Standing ovation in what has been a trip down memory lane for many Knicks fans, and hope for the current Knicks fans as the Knicks make it 11 straight as they sweep the season series from the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Chesapeake Energy Arena, downtown Oklahoma City, has always the last 3 years sold out as the Knicks make their annual visit. The story in the East, the Knicks, with that 11 consecutive games won, have put themselves in solid position to hold on to the number 2 spot. Copeland from the top. You mentioned Hubie knocking down that three-pointer. J.R. Smith on the turn and toss for 2. Leading all bench players in scoring. Mike Woodson sold the role to him. Smith has to step back. Like Anthony, like Durant, like Westbrook. Westbrook on the drive, can't finish. Perkins, it never hit the rim. Chandler with the block. 2 Thunder behind the play, and Shumpert pushes. Prigioni pitched it out almost to us, but JR got in the way. The lob for Chandler.
That's their favorite move. And they all respond to Chandler moving without the ball.
Oh, Kidd sneaks inside, and J.R. Smith finds him for the 2. This is a good game.
Oh, it is.
Ball movement, reaction to what the other team's doing. JR.
There you go.
Down 3.
The Knicks have been waiting for that now. They've been waiting to get going here.
Lochino hit the rebound. Durant now draws the assignment on J.R. Smith. A deep 2 for J.R. and right away, Knicks back up by 8.
Yeah, you like it.
Here at the end of the third, it's J.R. Smith sizing up Martin. J.R. Smith knocks down another, so he and Carmelo Anthony have combined for 44 points. Mismatch here for Durant on J.R. Taking 3. Rebound Kidd.
That Westbrook ignited it. He wanted that so that the switch would be and there would be the mismatch.
Kidd corner triple. Jason Kidd.
Can't walk away from him, especially not tonight.
Anthony has 31. Guarded by Durant. Melo coming baseline. Kidd rotates. J.R. Smith. Late block. Hits the jumper.
Set it up. He set that up by going hard on that first dribble.
2-man game. There's the switch. Cephalosha defending. Felton takes Durant. Slips. Smith. Deep 3. Oh! J.R. Smith. With the 3, and the Knicks lead by 7. Westbrook takes it up to 37 points, but not enough, as the Knicks have won 12 consecutive games, and the New York Knicks are a 50-win team for the first time since 2000.
Knicks lost that one game down in D.C. back in February by 10. They also beat them by 8 in March 1st, but that wasn't an easy game. Knicks were trailing in the 4th quarter, came back and won by 8. The one game at the Garden between the two, way back in November. Seems like another century where the Knicks won by 21.
The mismatch.
Singleton, good defense. Kidd couldn't get it to him.
Price wouldn't allow Melo to post it up.
Copeland from downtown. Knicks are 8 of 11 here in the first quarter. Copeland had that big first half in Oklahoma City. Now trying to guard. Serafin gets it down low. Kidd pokes it away.
Felton in a hurry. JR.
Up and under, banks it in. The Knicks go up by 14. Russ Granick, who worked for so many years in the NBA office. Dawn Staley, one of the great point guards in women's basketball history. Gary Payton, the glove.
Sharp is sharp.
J.R. Smith gets to the rim, and the Knicks back up by 9. So glad to see Bernard King going in, Clyde.
Yeah.
Novak from downtown, the 10th three-pointer of the first half. They'll lead back up to 12. Novak, Smith. Yeah, Smith drives, pull-up jumper. That's good. The runner and the roll with a foul. Again, the play looked like it was, he landed. We'll look at it back again. It's hard to tell whether it was the ankle or the knee. J.R. Smith, nice crossover and finish. Serafin misses. Copeland the rebound. Jan Vesely, the young man from the Czech Republic, who's been a disappointment for them. He comes in. Copeland hits a 3. And the Knicks with 18 three-pointers. They gave Price. Serafin pass deflected and stolen by Kidd. Throws it ahead to Prigioni. That is alley-up to Smith. And there's the exclamation point on the night. Pablo Prigioni with another sack for his teammate.
Vesely deflection.
Smith a little careless with the dribble.
Has to throw up a three.
And he puts it in. Unbelievable. The 19th three-pointer of the game for the Knicks, tying the season high, one shy of the franchise high. And the Knicks have now won 13 in a row. The third longest winning streak in franchise history continues as the Knicks are Atlantic Division champions.
On a mild 48-degree night in the windy city, although some rain and light snow in the forecast, the usual sellout crowd making its way into the Madhouse on Madison. Better than 21,000 at the United Center this evening. The NBA on TNT being presented by State Farm. It is the red-hot New York Knicks led by Carmelo Anthony looking for a 14th consecutive win, facing the Chicago Bulls. Both teams vying for playoff position. The Knicks at 51-26, second place behind Miami, the 2.5 in front of Indiana. Chicago struggling.
You mentioned many injuries. The key ones, though, Felton was out, and that was humongous for them.
13-2 run here by Chicago. Maybe heard you use the word humongous. Here's J.R. Smith on a fadeaway.
I still think Tom Thibodeau has done a magnificent job with this team. Having him in fifth place coming into tonight in the Eastern Conference, they have been so competitive in a lot of those losses, and they have lost a huge number of games to injuries.
J.R. Smith with a three-pointer. Anthony comes up top. Smith, played by Robinson, shoots over him and hits.
J.R. Smith, no problem getting a look over the smaller Nate Robinson.
Heinrich to the bucket. Smith with the rebound. Just under 4 to go in this first half here in Chicago. Smith to the rim. It counts in the foul. Steve is the quasi, I won't say play-by-play, more of a host, or as you called him earlier, a maitre d'. Is that the term you used? Here's Smith. J.R. Smith has 11 points. Hamilton set up by Heinrich. Butler kept it alive and then handled by Smith. Smith to the rim. Butler shaken up and remained in the front court. As a result, it was a 5-on-4. The Bulls had gone 5.5 minutes without a field goal at one stretch. Nice move by Smith on the fake, able to score against Heinrich.
Robinson trying to throw a look-away lob pass, and Tom Thibodeau just threw a towel out on the floor, which you better pick up in a hurry before somebody trips.
Nice play, and Copeland is able to put it down. Copeland going at Boozer. And it's put down by J.R. Smith. 21 points, 11 rebounds for Smith. Smith from downtown. He drilled it. J.R. Smith has had an outstanding game, and he brings the Knicks within 4. Here's Smith putting moves on Robinson. Shot clock to 5. Smith on a double team. Oh, what a shot by Raymond Felton. Bailing out the shot clock, bringing the Knicks within 2. Kid is played by Boozer. Robinson on Smith. Backs his way and scores. J.R. Smith, who goes about 6'6", facing Nate Robinson, who's listed at 5'9". And the Knicks have a chance to pull it out. Kid for Anthony. This for the win. We're headed to overtime. But we'll hear from the guys shortly. Oklahoma City and Golden State coming up. Here's Smith on the drive. Nice move by J.R. Smith. The Bulls win it. 118-111.
Well, Fred, he's the guy that completes the 1-2 punch for the New York Knicks. Keep your eye out for J.R. Smith. Right now, Byron Scott refers to Smith as the Knicks' second option behind Carmelo Anthony, and rightfully so. Guys, through the first Knicks 63 games, J.R. Smith was averaging 17 points on 41% shooting. In their most recent 13-game win streak before it was busted last night against the Chicago Bulls, he was averaging 23 points on 49% shooting. He and Carmelo Anthony, a must key in on for the Cavs tonight. Guys, Smith loves that 3 ball, but he sure does like to get to the rim, and he'll finish there as well.
J.R. Smith can hit him from any angle.
He's just a basketball player. He can flat out play the game. He's been gifted.
J.R. Smith, Jason Kidd in the backcourt. Smith does not need much space. As he got a little against Spates and knocked it down. Foul on MGN as he picked up that foul on the loose floor. Smith on the back down through that double team. Oh, he ducks inside. Great move.
Wow, that was a good move. He had 2 Cavs on him that time, and they both went for the same fake.
J.R. Smith looking at a double team. Undaunted goes to work and scores.
Yeah, he's a tough man to handle, boy. He's just a great athlete.
Livingston burst of speed. Off the glass, no. But J.R. Smith, as you can see now, scoring in other ways besides just hoisting up jump shots. Smith against Caspi. Behind the back. Unstoppable right now.
My goodness. Somebody had to play some defense on that young man.
He's got 11 quick ones, 8 in the quarter. Contested shot, doesn't matter. J.R. Smith in a zone like nobody else is in the gym. J.R. Smith took a peek at the shot clock. As Ellington on the hot seat. Drove into a double team. Kidd, high rainbow 3.
Oh, look what I found.
A prayer shot. He was hoping at least for some rim, and he got nothing but net.
The rainbow answered his dream.
Kidd, still a master orchestrator when he's out there on the floor for them. Livingston on the island against J.R. Smith. Rhythm dribble, and he knocked it down.
Boy, I tell you, J.R. Smith.
He's 7 of 10 from the floor here tonight. Smith dribble driving and scoring.
Oh, man.
They have had no answer for J.R. Smith tonight.
He is out there by himself this evening. If it's still within striking distance, you got to start using that defense to get out and run this team a little bit.
But this guy's been a handful. J.R.
Oh, he's more than a handful.
3 more. He's got 21.
He's giving them headaches out there.
Smith, face guarded by Ellington. Doesn't matter. What a display he has put on. J.R. Smith with 23. G sends it. Easy rebound for New York. You know, J.R. was the 6th man of the year runner-up in 09 when he averaged 15 points a game. He's feeling it right now. And one, and J.R. Smith. 1 against 5, doesn't matter right now.
Right, my goodness.
The Cavs with just 4 fast break points tonight.
Yeah, that's not going to get it because we're not a half-court team. We need fast break points, 15 to 20 a night.
Smith, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me, J.R. Smith?
Somebody get some cold water and put it on that man.
Prigioni on the give up. Copeland dumps inside. Good ball movement here to Smith.
Not again.
Of course. J.R. Smith cannot miss.
Whoa, boy.
So the Knicks will dribble out the clock as they virtually go wire to wire in this one. As the Cavs led early by 4. But J.R. Smith took matters into his own hands along with his sidekick Carmelo Anthony as they combined for 62 points, 31 apiece.
Here's Hibbert on a tough fadeaway. One-handed rebound by Anthony.
And Melo's rebounding has escalated as well with the bigs out. Melo going more to the glass with a lot of gusto.
There's an outside 3. J.R. Smith gets right to work. Smith and Anthony have averaged better than 52 points between them over this 14-1 stretch. And Smith doing it defensively, knocking it out of Stevenson's hands. Shot clock at 8. Smith the long 2. Got it.
JR just cruising and bruising. Never in a hurry anymore, taking the shots that he wants now.
The turn in the corner and no one there. A rare defensive breakdown by the Pacers. Just one other point, Clyde, on Rasheed. They were 16-4 with Rasheed in the lineup. Copeland drills the 3. Good start for Copeland. Those are 2 of his first 3, 5 points. Hansbrough thought about it, barrels inside. Nice defensive challenge by Smith. Copeland clears, and Indiana shooting 8 of 23.
Because of the lack of fluidity, the game doesn't have a good pace where you can get into a good shooting rhythm.
Smith stops on a dive and sticks it again. That time doing it to Orlando Johnson. But Clyde, just to mention earlier, Tina talked about Rasheed Wallace getting close Kenyon Martin and Tyson Chandler as West misses underneath. Smith the rebound. With all those healthy big men back, you wonder how Mike Woodson's going to find some time in the playoffs for Chris Copeland. Smith, what a play! Scooping off glass and one.
They've seen everything from all the competition that they played against each other, so it's going to be a very compelling round for the Knicks and the Celtics.
Smith, what a move and finish to the rim. As Smith goes right through the Pacers defense. Here's J.R. Smith, sizes up Stevenson, sidesteps him and goes glass.
Look how freely the ball is moving by the Knicks now. Doing an excellent job. Look at the spacing.
Smith. It's a 15-point Knick lead for the first time since 1994. The New York Knicks will be the 2 seed of the Eastern Conference playoffs, and their ticket is punched. The Boston Celtics will be their first-round opponent starting Saturday here at Madison Square Garden.
The 2013 NBA playoffs begin in New York City at a sold-out Madison Square Garden for Game 1 between the Knicks and the Boston Celtics. J.R. Smith spins, flips it up, blocked. But a goaltend as Garnett caught it on the way down.
As Jeff Green, and to me, he's the most critical player for the Celtics. He's got to be aggressive and efficient. But, Mike, they're just not as talented as they've been in the past.
J.R. Smith in rhythm. And a lead back to 5. Jason Kidd fakes a 3, now drives, kicks it out. Smith. Carmelo Anthony, nice defense to strip Green down the other end. Smith sees an opening and throws it down.
J.R. Smith turns the corner on the pick and roll and hits him with a thunderous dunk.
But he just picked up his second foul down the other end as Pierce will go to the line. It's a 3-point game. Nice give and go. Oh, Bradley missed the layup and Chandler the rebound. It's a perfect pass from Pierce. And Bradley from point blank range. J.R. Smith spins his layup. That's good. J.R. Smith, the spin move. Bad shot, though. 3 players around him. Chandler the rebound. Shot clock did not reset. Smith fires, hits a 3. Comes right back. And J.R. Smith with 11 points. Pierce steps back. And Pierce way off. Pierce with 2 turnovers and nearly an air ball. He thought he got it. Smith, pull-up jumper. J.R. Smith right off the bench, rattles it in. And Doc Rivers wants a 20-second timeout as the Knicks regain the lead. Bradley, Pierce, Garnett, Terry, and Green. Bradley shot blocked by J.R. Smith. And Anthony very close to picking up his 4th foul there. A 2-point game. Just past the midway point, 4th quarter of what is just game 1. J.R. Smith the drive. Flips it up and in. And a foul. Standing ovation here in Madison Square Garden as the Knicks take game 1, giving up just 8 points in the 4th quarter.
Knicks looking to take a 2-0 lead in this best of 7. The Celtics trying to even up the series at what as they head back to Boston for game 3 on Friday night. Here's Smith hitting his first shot. J.R. Smith, that's a 2-pointer. Shot clock down to 6. Smith for the fade. Oh, yes. J.R. Smith has opened up by hitting on his first 2 shots.
Great move by Smith.
Oh, beautiful pass, and Kenyon Martin, who played so well here on Saturday afternoon, is able to put it down to give the Knicks a 4-point lead. Shot clock to 5. Smith checking it out. Oh, nice move by Smith on Crawford. Angle touch. Oh, good. Oh, what a move by J.R. Smith. Celtics in a hurry to get it down as Smith was running to offensive foul. 4.7 remaining in the quarter. Now they say no foul, just a loss of possession as Smith fires for 3. Oh, yes! Come on. The Knicks off the bench to greet J.R. Smith. with a terrific tough angle shot right here, followed up by the impossible shot from downtown.
The degree of difficulty on seemingly every one of this guy's shots is remarkable. J.R. Smith celebrating his Sixth Man of the Year award.
Here's Smith for three. J.R. Smith with 13 points.
That's a mistake from Bradley. You just cannot leave the strong side corner.
Oh, Smith with a nice move to get it off and hit.
How do you make that shot?
Pass picked off by Kidd. Felton on the run, puts it up for Smith. The lob from Felton to Smith. The Knicks up by 13. And there's the final. The Knicks win it 87-71 to take a 2-0 lead in this opening round series.
And again, the Celtics, they were a different team at home this year, 27-13. They only played 40 games. That final game was canceled. It was just a day after the bombing here in Boston. And they are ready to get right back in the series. Jeff, you say it all the time. For a team down 2-0, all you need is one win. Felton drive. Wild pass to Smith. And J.R. Smith knocks down a three. Knicks 4 of 8 from downtown. And the key in this series has been the second half. Celtics have led at halftime of both the first two games. Novak, nice fake. Pull up two. That's good. Garnett. Shot clock winding down. Spins, turns, layup, won't go. Good defense from Kenyon Martin. Been saying that for the past month for the Knicks. Martin gets it down low, lays it in. One of the unbelievable late season signings. Anthony hearing boos from the crowd, trying to get it out of his hands. They do. Kidd to Smith. Smith for three. Puts it in. And the Knicks lead is double figures by 11. Smith on the drive. Banks it in and a foul. Good ball movement again. Yeah, the Knicks with a chance for a three-point play.
They just don't have enough guys playing well, and they don't really have just enough weapons with Rondo being out.
J.R. Smith, his classic fall away. And Smith now with 9, check that, 11 points. Carmelo Anthony on the bench for the Knicks. J.R. Smith with 5 to shoot. Smith puts it up, and he puts it in. Just about to say that was a horrible possession, and then he throws it in.
As Smith steals it.
And the finish. J.R. Smith finds Novak. Novak from way outside. That's good. Novak, a long three-pointer. The 11th three-pointer of the game for the Knicks. As the Knicks will go up 3-0 in this best-of-7 series. And, of course, no NBA team has ever come back and won a series after falling down 0-3.
On a gorgeous 63-degree day in New York City, it is the usual sellout crowd, better than 19,000, making their way into Madison Square Garden. This crowd is pumped. They are ready. The NBA playoffs on TNT is being presented by Windows 8. It is Game 5 of this opening round series. The Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. The Knicks with a win advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Celtics with a win extend to a Game 6 back in Boston on Friday night. Shot clock down to 3. Smith behind the back. Martin with the hook. Wow.
Just beating the shot clock.
13-point lead for Boston. Nice pass. Smith gets it to Chandler. Green for 3. Jeff Green with yet another Celtic three-pointer. They're 10 for 19 from downtown, while the Knicks, who broke three-point records this season, just 2 out of 16. Smith for 3 and finally hits a shot. Now that could get him going. Terry for 3. This one rims out. Rebound Shumpert. Knicks down by 8 with the ball. Smith for 3. And Doc Rivers upset. Calls for time. It's down to 5 with 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. J.R. Smith makes it a 7-0 run for the Knicks. And here is Smith able to hit with 1.5 left, and that will wrap it. A 92-86 victory for the Celtics.
Welcome to New York City and Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals from a sold-out Madison Square Garden as the New York Knicks host the Indiana Pacers. J.R. Smith, good open look, hits a three. First three-pointer for the Knicks, who led the NBA during the regular season. In fact, set a single-season NBA record for most threes by a team.
The Pacers, as Martin makes an 18-footer.
Hansbrough. Anthony can't do anything with a 5 fouls, and Hansbrough comes right back after 2 quick fouls, 2 quick buckets. And lead back up to 14. J.R. Smith lobs it in, and Kenyon Martin throws it down. So now George is back on Anthony. J.R. Smith hits a three. Knicks have missed their last 8 shots. Smith goes at Hibbert, banks it in, and a foul. J.R. Smith with a chance for a three-point play as it cuts the lead to 12.
I don't see how an 8-second violation can beat 15. 24 minus 15 is 9, Mike. That's a 9-second violation.
Smith to the basket, left-handed, beautiful move from J.R. Smith. It's back to 10. The Indiana Pacers, after clinching Game 6 on the road Friday night, come and start the Eastern Conference semifinal with a road victory here at Madison Square Garden, and quiet the Knicks crowd to take Game 1 of this best-of-7 series. Impressive road win for the Pacers.
Of course, Reg, down 2 games to 1. Illness going through the team. Your top 2 scorers slumping. A lot right now on the plate for New York, and here is Martin tonight playing the 4. Smith. Out to Jason Augustine right there. Smith with 9 to fire. Finally gets 1 to go down.
And sometimes that's all it takes. You need to see the basketball go through the hoop in this series. Hill and George, 39% field goals combined, 30% combined from threes. 9 of 14 tonight for George Hill.
It's Smith with an aggressive move, and he finds 2.
Lance Stevenson got caught in between, helping the roll and not getting back and closing to Chris Copeland. One of the one times during this series they haven't done a good job of rotating.
Here he goes. Fuse may be lit.
Well, this is a scary time if you're Frank Vogel and the Pacers here.
And the snake-like moves of Smith get him free for the runner. He puts in the deuce. He's got 11. Just beyond the halfway point of the 4th. Smith dancing with Hansbrough. J.R. If nothing else, it looks like he's shooting himself out of the slump. He's got 6 in the 4th. If I'd have told you before this series that Carmelo would have 2
back-to-back
4th quarters without hitting a field goal, tonight scoreless. The other night here, he had some free throws but did not score from them. Would you have believed me?
No, I wouldn't have.
Just because he's the leading scorer in the NBA.
He's such a high-volume scorer, and the way he can put the basketball in the hole, I never would have looked at it as J.R. Smith finally gets the 3 to go.
Smith hits. Chance of Reggie here inside the field house. The Indiana Pacers have gone up 3 games to 1 on the New York Knicks.
So here we go with Game 6, Bankers Life Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis. The Knicks have not won here this year, including the regular season. The Pacers have not lost here in the playoffs. Their games against Atlanta and games 3 and 4 here against New York. DJ Augustine comes in at the timeout for the Pacers, replacing George Hill. Smith knocks down a 2. Toe on the tape. The JR hits his first outside shot. Colton got a screen. Dribbles in traffic. J.R. Smith wants in on the party. Why not? Game tied at 72. And the Knicks, who made threes all season, it's why they won 54 games this year. Attacked by George. Got caught on the rim, and 2 Pacers back behind the play. So numbers for the Knicks. Prigioni spots Smith to Shumpert, who's hot and stays hot with a 3. Game tied at 79. Hibbert short. Fans wanted that foul, and Chandler would have been huge. Would have been his 5th. Knicks back the other way. Copeland in transition. Another 3. The Knicks
Knicks, who have lived and died by the triple, are living large in this second half.
Indiana's been killing New York in the paint all series. It continues in what could be a clinching night.
Smith, 2 of 11, makes the three.
From who?
Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony.
Tyler Hansborough on the floor.
Smith takes him right to the basket, and a chance for the three-point play. Final seconds run down. Smith with a hoist that rattles out. The Knicks season is over, and for the first time in 9 years, the Indiana Pacers back in the Eastern Conference Finals.